Welcome back, everybody, to the Box Office Dynasty. Hell, you know who we are, but we'll say it anyway. I'm Josh.
And I'm Jack.
And you know what? Holy shit, a lot is going on, and we just got to jump right into business
It's
this
a
week.
busy week, man.
It
It's
is
good for business, though.
You know what? We're chugging right to the end of the year. I mean, Christmas is coming up, so it's that kind of like end of year, like everything is really. I feel like there's this idea that people wind down, and we do, like we individually do, but as a whole, things are really gearing up for end of year
The industry does
celebrations,
not wind
recaps.
down.
Like the industry is not winding down one bit. So we are going to get into all of it today, and that is we're picking a Bible study, a new one. That's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go over the box office numbers. And then we got an update, a massive update. By now, I'm sure all of you have heard on the Warner Bros. Bidding war. So we're going to dive headfirst into all of that, get right into the nitty gritty. Then we're going to review Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 1. It's time. I'm wearing the shirt this week.
Oh, dude, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Is that Hopper on there?
It's Hopper from Season 2 when he's going through the pumpkin patch.
In the pumpkin patch. Damn, bro. That's kind of sick.
Yeah, and there's a line on the bottom. It says, "It only gets stranger."
I've seen Stranger Things.
That should be
the
it's like the
last
Miles
line.
Teller Fantastic Four, thing.
Oh, yeah. Say that again.
So we're gonna go over that. Then we're gonna review another Netflix film, or not another Netflix project, I should say. Although Stranger Things episodes are basically films. Jay Kelly, the new Noah Baumbach film starring George Clooney and Adam Sandler. We both saw it, and we're both gonna review it. And then at the tail end, the Golden Globe nominations are out. Exciting times on the way to the Oscars, and we are going to go over those nominations, talk about our thoughts, maybe give us some predictions. Who knows? So this will be a fun, jam-packed episode. And before we do all that, we did get a little bit of news about a film we've been waiting, it seems like, an eon for, and that is The Batman Part 2. So we found out, Jack. I'm sure you saw this, right?
I don't have... wait, I might. Okay, go ahead.
There's no way you didn't. I'd be a little surprised.
Go.
We found out that Scarlett Johansson is officially in talks to star alongside Robert Pattinson in the Batman sequel. So this is really exciting, because this would be her fourth major franchise after Marvel, Jurassic World, and they announced, we talked about it too, The Exorcist she's joining, and now DC. So it'll be exciting. I want to know who you think she's going to play. It does come at the behest of finding out that Zoe Kravitz is not expected to return for the sequel as Selena Kyle, aka Catwoman. So there is that.
I can almost guarantee that if she is in this movie, she's playing Poison Ivy.
No, she's not.
How do you know that?
Because it's confirmed, actually, that she would not be playing Poison Ivy.
Dude, because she's so obviously
film.
the choice for Poison Ivy, bro. Like, she was the voice for the snake in Jungle Book because her voice is so like mesmerizing, and that's perfect for Poison Ivy. She got the red hair. I don't know. I mean, she's not gonna play. Obviously, she's not gonna play Commissioner Gordon's daughter. That's not happening.
Well, I saw some comments online that they were gonna do Phantasm for this one.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know either. I thought you did.
Mask of the Phantasm?
Phantasm. See, you're the resident comic book guy here.
Yeah. Man, I think I don't really know that story. I mean, she could be doing something with like the Court of Owls, which is
I mean, we all expected that to be where the Batman was eventually heading after the first film.
She could be Mr. Freeze's dead wife, Nora, who's like dying, and if she's only in it for like 2 seconds.
Scarlett Johansson's not going to be in it for 2 seconds. She's going to play a main role. They're talking about her starring alongside.
I don't know.
It was a role that they originally had for Emma Stone. She passed on the project.
Dude, but are you serious? They're going for redheads?
Emma Stone is like universally all three. Emma Stone pulls off all of them.
I
at the
know,
same
but
time.
that screams Poison Ivy to me.
I'm just saying that they said that it was confirmed that she's not playing Poison Ivy.
I really don't know. I can't even Because it's such a grounded story. I can't even imagine who she's gonna be playing. I want to say a villain. Like I want
That
to
would,
say
yeah,
Poison
like an
Ivy. I want to say Mr. Freeze's wife Nora. I want to say Mask of the Phantasm. Maybe we get some Court of Owls type stuff. Um, but again, that's a character who wears a mask all the time. You don't cast
you could
Scarlett
say that about Doctor
Johansson.
Doom with Robert Downey
Yeah, we'll see
Jr.
how. Yeah, we'll have to see how they do
They're
that.
not going to keep him behind a mask all
No,
the time. No
I
way.
don't know. We'll have
Not
to
for that
see.
price.
That's a cool update. I did hear that before, but I didn't know it was. I didn't know the Poison Ivy thing, obviously.
Right, yeah. That's why I thought it was so funny that was your first one. You're like, she's obviously playing Poison Ivy. And I'm like, actually, that's the one thing I know they said she isn't
Yeah,
playing.
that's
So,
crazy.
it's,
You know,
um,
before wait, do you have anything more about the Batman?
no, that's it. But
I
that's exciting news.
I
I'm
just had
excited to
this
see her in
really
that.
this stupid news nugget if we want to just talk about it for 30 seconds. It's just funny that it's existing that we talked about last week. Uh we talked about the Labubu movie and 6-7 movie, and this week Vin Diesel confirms that he will be starring in and probably writing a Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie. He posted, always been a Mattel fan, but watching them evolve into a cinematic creative force has been inspiring. And then he wrote a whole paragraph about it. All right.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
just the news. That's
yeah.
just what I'm giving you. We're
Yeah.
getting a
Well,
Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie that nobody's gonna see.
that's the state of the industry. So,
That's it. I just thought
yeah.
it was funny and
All the
stupid.
wrong lessons were learned from Barbie.
Yeah, really. Oh my god. Yeah, you're right.
No. So,
Is that
that,
Mattel also?
oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense because I didn't know what he's even talking about when he said creative cinematic forces. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, what
Yeah.
other movie?
Well,
What is there like? I don't even know.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
I didn't even hear about that, but
I just thought it was funny. It's stupid.
well, why don't we get into a movie that we can guarantee at least two people are gonna see, and that's the next Bible study
Yeah,
film.
I'm being unprofessional right now. I don't have my book.
Bro, where's your book?
Give me 30 seconds.
All this talk, can't even get ready, have his book, guys. Jack had wings. He was eating wings before. They looked really good. Made me hungry. How am I gonna get through all this without it? Fucking starving. So anyway,
I'll listen to that in post.
yeah, will you?
Yeah.
All right,
I got my book.
Said some secrets, some government
Okay.
secrets. All right, so it is the Bible study segment. That book that Jack showed you, the one that I already had prepared right here, is our film Bible. It is the New York Times book of movies, the essential 1,000 films to see. And out of this book, we pick a random number that is commented by you guys at home, the listeners, the viewers, our lovers, perhaps.
Oh,
I don't know, maybe.
yeah, I think so.
And we pick one of those numbers commented, and the film correlated to that number we will watch, and in 2 weeks we will review. Jack, this is the last film we are picking for 2025.
I hope it's a good one. Maybe it'll be like a Christmas themed one or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah, what would be the odds? I mean, that would
Is Home
be
Alone on this list? There's 1,000 movies. Home Alone's gonna be in here, right?
Oh, is Elf in there? Elf's gotta be
Oh my
in
god,
there.
Elf should be in here.
Can you imagine if we actually pulled Elf?
Elf is peak cinema, honestly, peak holiday movie, so
Yeah, I don't know, it doesn't get much better than that for sure. Probably
we,
won't be Elf. Just
we
gonna
got a
put that
lot
out
of
there.
numbers to go through. You guys have been great with commenting numbers. We have so many that we're just gonna spin the wheel on and randomly land on, but we're gonna keep doing this as long as you guys keep commenting.
Until we run out of fucking numbers,
Until we go through 1,000 numbers.
then we'll buy another film Bible.
That's right. We'll make our
All
own.
right. We have the numbers on the wheel. Are we ready, Jack?
I'm ready, Josh.
Spinning the wheel round and round. Where will it go? Nobody knows. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. The winner is number 114. Well, this is a film to end the year on.
I don't even know what this is.
Do you have it up? Are you
I
ready?
have it up.
We will be watching Ben-Hur. This is one of the all-time classics. It is very long, so
Oh my
have fun with
fucking
that.
god.
From 1959, directed by William Wyler. In 26 AD, Judah ben-Hur, a Jew in ancient Judea, opposes the occupying Roman Empire, falsely accused by a Roman childhood friend turned overlord of trying to kill the Roman governor. He is put into slavery, and his mother and sister are taken away as prisoners. This is one of the early epics, a great film starring Charlton Heston. I've never seen it. It's been on my watch list. I've seen clips. Of course, I've seen the iconic chariot race scene. I'm very excited to watch this and get into it. Probably more excited than you are, but you never
It's
know what's going to surprise you.
it's 212 minutes.
Well, so was The Brutalist was around there.
I didn't watch that shit.
The Brutalist was a fantastic film.
I didn't watch it. It's too long.
Yeah, but you watch, okay, for example, we're going to watch Stranger Things, or we're going to talk about Stranger Things today, and all those episodes combined are definitely longer than 212 minutes.
Yeah, but I like it. That's why.
You might like Ben-Hur.
I might.
You might.
I'm notoriously harsher on these movies than you are.
Jack is notoriously harsher on older films, and these are genuinely older films.
Like, why is
Most of them.
Spider-Man 2 not on this list? Come on, dude. That's
Ben-Hur,
actually modern
Ben-Hur is one of the great early, studio code, like the Hays Code era films. I guess it's kind of late Code era by then. It's kind of 1959. But still, this is one of our great early epics. I'm very excited that I finally have an opportunity now to watch it.
They remade it in 2016 with it looks like Charlton Heston's son.
Oh,
that
yeah,
crazy?
that's yeah, but
I mean, someone related to him. I don't know. They got the same last name.
This looks pretty bad though.
It's got bad reviews, but the original Ben-Hur has
Jack's
great
but
reviews.
it's newer, so
it's newer, so it's the CGI is better, so it's a better movie. Obviously. No, it's got good reviews. The original, so I'm excited. We'll watch it. We'll get into it.
It's supposed to be a very entertaining film. I'm very excited.
I like the sound of that, at least.
So that Ben-Hur, thank you to whoever commented 114. At least I say thank you. Jack's probably got the Arthur meme with the fist like below.
Well,
the
just
desk
wait,
right now.
just wait till I watch it, and then I'll say thank you. Or I'll say fuck you. say.
Yeah. Fair enough. So Ben-Hur in 2 weeks, 2 episodes. We will be watching that. Thank you for commenting. Please, everybody comment numbers. We appreciate it, and we are going to eventually get to it.
Keep it up.
All right, moving on. Why don't we talk about some other numbers, some box office numbers, actually.
You had me excited for you had me in the first half, bro.
Yeah, dude, you know what? I think there are too many times. Actually, you know what's funny? So, like a coworker friend of mine, knows about our podcast and everything, and he and I, we're just like, we riff a lot, like we have a lot of like, we do like bits, whatever, like while we're working, and he's like, we had one, it's irrelevant to the story, and he was like, can I use it? And I was like, because he makes TikToks, and I was like, yeah, sure, go ahead, I don't care, it's hilarious. And he was like, all right, do you want me to like tag, your TikTok, like the podcast TikTok? And I was like, oh, like, sure, I don't care, whatever, go for it. Like, and he was like, well, I just don't know if you like, if it's like too like inappropriate for your brand or something. And I said, one time we talked about which Thunderbolts would get like most likely have a train run on them.
Yeah,
and you're
dude.
constantly excited by box munching and different kinds
We
of
love
boxes.
box. Last week we talked about.
So I'm just saying, like, our brand is completely.
Oh, it's fucked.
Yeah.
It's fucked. Last week we talked about docking and joking and all this stuff. Like,
oh yeah, I mean, it's just it's basically should be. Those are our news nuggets, really.
Those are our news nuggets. It's disgusting. We're disgusting individuals.
We're grotesque. What can we say?
Yeah, so. But please like and subscribe and follow and share it with your friends, guys.
Share it with film lovers. That's what
with
this is about.
Docking and box lovers.
Yeah, Jack's like, just send it into my inbox.
Just send it to me. It's just
your inbox.
My inbox. Send it to my box.
So, all right, box office numbers. These are your box office numbers for the weekend of December 5th through the 7th, the first weekend of the last month of 2025, folks.
Wow.
In 5th place in its 4th weekend of release, making another $3.5 million in its pocket, Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
I'm surprised it's still on this list, but it's still kicking.
It's hanging in there.
Yeah.
In fourth place, making $10.1 million, Jujutsu Kaisen Execution. Another one of these anime films. I'm not sure which franchise this one's a part of.
Is that new? Well, did you say it's its first weekend?
First weekend of release, but like
Okay.
maybe Jujutsu Kaisen is
I've heard of that
the
before. I think that's
franchise,
the
actually.
franchise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, fourth place, in third place in its third weekend of release, making $16.75 million. Wicked for Good.
Mm-hmm.
Wicked for Good hanging on there. Its worldwide total is now at $440 million. Not bad, not bad.
No.
In second place, in its second weekend of release, actually that's pretty good for that. Making $43 million domestically, Zootopia 2. Speaking of good box office, though, Zootopia 2 in its first full week made $818 million. That
Jesus.
outperformed Superman's entire theatrical run.
God
And
damn,
Superman
dude.
had a really good run. It finished at $616.7 million.
That's
So
insane.
Zootopia 2 is now at $915.7 million.
But is anyone surprised? Like Zootopia is so good, and it. Oh man, I'm not even. I don't even. It's not unheard
Well,
of.
I mean, I've seen the film now,
Yeah.
and I mean, like, I'm not going to get too much into that. I wouldn't say it's like, because these are some truly like world record breaking numbers. I don't know if I'd say the film is that great, but
Well, the film isn't, but the first one, in my opinion, is, and I think that's the weight and all that
sure,
combined. The great
yeah.
first movie. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, Zootopia 2 really did take advantage of massive pre-sales, holiday weekend,
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
big market turnout overseas. So, it caught like the winds of a perfect storm. Not disrespecting the film, it was still a really great film. I'm just saying
Yeah.
it's caught the
It
winds
did
of a
good.
perfect storm.
It did very well.
It'll cross $1 billion. We
100%.
are on another Billy watch. It's really nice when we get to be on a Billion watch here on the show. So
Yeah,
we're
it's
on a
nice and
Billion
easy.
watch. Well, it's
Yeah.
fun. We haven't really had that too much this year.
What do we have? Lilo and
So
Stitch.
we had Lilo and Stitch, whatever. Some others that we thought might never really panned out that way. But Zootopia 2 is definitely going to cross that bridge. It's when, not if. In first place in its first weekend of release, making $63 million, the big film of the weekend, Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
FNAF.
So, for all you FNAF fans out there, congratulations on winning the box office this weekend. Have you seen the first movie?
No.
I know you didn't see the second one. Yeah, the first movie sucked. When they came out with it, it was like dually released in theaters and on Peacock. I didn't have Peacock at the time. Killian, friend of the show, a fellow guest, frequenter, he lent me and all of our friends his Peacock account to watch it, and I was like, let me check it out. And I was like, thank you, Killian, for sparing me 2 hours that I didn't have to waste at a movie theater for this film.
Dude,
It was terrible, and I
I
heard
heard
this one was
this.
worse.
I heard this one was worse too. But have you ever played the games?
Not really.
I've
No.
never played them. I've never even like seen people play them. I've seen maybe like clips of it on TikTok or something. But I heard the lore for the game is actually so good, which makes it kind of disappointing because it's like if you have these like really good storyboard and you have this really good plot and then you just kind of ruin it by the movie, that kind of sucks. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm if I was a fan of the game, I'd probably be disappointed. I have no stake
It's
in it at
weird. I
all.
mean, I don't have a stake in it either. I mean, I've never really played the games. I saw the first movie, didn't really like it. Haven't engaged with the franchise since.
Yeah.
But there are some fans out there who have actually seemed to enjoy the film. So
Well, good for them.
yeah, like I'm glad that the movie was able to achieve that for them. But overall, it seems the consensus is that the film wasn't very quite good.
Yeah, wasn't there.
But congratulations to the FNAF franchise on winning the box office weekend while you can. Great for them. Maybe we'll see a third one, because even though the reviews aren't there, if the financial return is there, we'll probably see a third one.
I think so. I think that's pretty much guaranteed.
Those are your box office numbers, folks, from the weekend of December 5th through the 7th. And now we have to get into some big news that occurred. The big news is honestly underselling it. Quite literally, news that will reshape the media landscape for the next century. And that is the bidding war for Warner Bros. We found out there was a winner. I told you that this was going to happen fast, but it happened quicker than I expected. So I'll say that much. So let me put out some news. There's a lot of facts. There's a lot of things to get into, but
Yeah, you have to update me.
we're also gonna have a bit of a conversation, hopefully, about our thoughts, our opinions, and the implications this can have on not only our favorite IPs, but just the larger industry as a whole. Last Friday, so we're recording this Monday, December 8th. Last Friday, Netflix announced that they had won the bidding war over Paramount and Comcast to buy Warner Bros. Discovery for an $82.7 billion deal, a deal that, like I said, would reshape the media landscape for generations to come. The deal would give the largest streamer, being Netflix, in the world power over theater chains, as well as unions and guilds due to their mass control and reach, and access to some of those largest successful IPs in the whole world. Netflix, obviously the biggest concern, like where do we even begin? The biggest concern is Netflix being a streaming service that in the past has made it very clear they prefer and are under the impression that the at-home streaming model is preferential to the general public over the movie-going experience, which is false.
After Netflix confirmed that they won it, I heard mixed announcements. So I don't know if you have updates on that at all, how it was, but I heard mixed things. That I heard from one source that Netflix said they were going to limit the windows for Warner Brothers movies. They're going to limit the theatrical releases, and then a week later come out on Netflix, which is what Netflix does for their own movies sometimes. But I also heard someone from Netflix say that they weren't going to touch the theatrical versions of movies and just leave them the way they're supposed to be. So I don't really know what their plan was. All I know is that I wasn't going to like it.
Yeah. No, I absolutely. It's definitely, I mean, when you think about Warner Bros., for anyone out there, has been around for over a century. It is one of the oldest, most influential media corporations and entertainment studios in the world. And so that is a lot of power and influence to go to anybody. And you're right, when you look at Netflix, the big concern is theatrical releases because they have been very stingy with theirs. I mean, earlier this year, we think Frankenstein, or right now, Wake Up Dead Man, just not accessible to you and I and most people in a wide release. So let me clarify some things regarding this that we have heard. And again, I'll come at this and saying it, this is evolving by the day. Truly.
Yeah, I mean, we've gotten updates 20 minutes ago, like
what we report now might not even necessarily hold true to when this episode comes out or to when you at home listen to this episode. So take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, this is the news as of Monday, December 8th. Anything is subject to change after today. Honestly, anything's subject to change after this sentence that we say.
Right, like I could get a notification right now.
Yeah,
you could get a notification right now. So now Ted Sarandos, he is the co-CEO of Netflix. He is the one who's been most vocal. He is like the face of it. We've even talked about him a little bit on the show in the past. Ted Sarandos has said that they will continue theatrical releases for Warner Bros. Films and keep HBO Max around. And what will primarily happen is from time to time they'll add Warner Bros. HBO content to the Netflix service. It's supposed to operate as two services. Now, that shtick didn't hold up long.
This is the conflicts that I've heard, yeah.
That because at the same time, they're also teasing that, well, theatrical windows will evolve to just naturally become shorter because he claims that is what is more consumer friendly. I would argue we just went over the box office numbers, and Zootopia 2 made $818 million in a week. And you're trying to tell me that that is not the clear consumer friendly preferred model movie going experience?
Yeah, does he think if that came out on Disney Plus, it'd make as much money? Like, I
Uh,
just don't understand. This is a businessman, you know, and I know he has to stick to his model, right? Because that's the Netflix way. But how can you look at those numbers and say, our way is better, you know?
I agree. I mean, I think especially when you look at how Netflix has historically reported their streaming numbers, it's very, very just untrustworthy because they have gone on the record counting views by like households and going for multiples as a household, saying that one account can average like four people watching, so they'll give it four when it's really one. Like that,
Yeah,
their
because
their their model for that math is not accurate
it's
to what
so
the
dumb.
truth is. And so, they'll bloat their numbers and say, like, I remember with Barbenheimer, Ted Sarandos said that Barbenheimer would have been just as successful, just as big of a phenomenon on Netflix that it was
That is
in the theaters.
so
That is the most
stupid.
asinine, stupid thing. Those movies made so much money and critical acclaim, and everyone went to the theaters dressed up in all pink for the Barbie. People were dressing up for the Oppenheimer side of it. It
Yeah.
was a massive phenomenon, unlike anything we had seen.
I just it's insane. And also, like, this doesn't even take into account that when if Warner Brothers is owned by Netflix and everything comes out on the Netflix catalog or platform, the prices, the monthly prices of Netflix or yearly, whatever it is, the subscription is going to skyrocket. You know how many people are not paying $60 a year for Netflix or $100 a year for Netflix or whatever it goes up to? Like,
Well,
that's ridiculous.
but that's the thing. If I think that they're trying to like, there's this quote I have up here that Sarando said. He was talking about the split between Warner Bros. Movies and Netflix movies, and he said, "My pushback," I quote, "My pushback has been mostly in the fact of the long exclusive windows, which we don't really think are that consumer friendly. I wouldn't look at this as a change in approach for Netflix movies or for Warner movies. I think over time, the windows will evolve to be much more consumer friendly to be able to meet the audience where they are quicker." But here's the thing, if Netflix merges Warner Bros., they can dictate that narrative and
Yeah.
force that to be where people are by making it less accessible for films for people in theaters. So like this idea that he's trying to paint the picture that is just going to evolve that way naturally and not like this mass control wouldn't be tipping the scales of that influence, it is crazy, and people need to realize that this is all about him painting that picture, when in reality the numbers actually back up that more people want films in theaters. They want the experience, they just want it to be affordable.
This is his PR training going working overdrive right now.
Really. So I mean, we'll see what they do with that. I will say, in regards to the movie going experience, the theatrical experience, because this is not the only thing that's going to be affected by this potential merger or any merger with Warner Bros. If you look at it, I saw this take online, and I really agreed with it. I thought it was a really interesting side of it. Warner Bros. Has only put out what, like 12 theatrical releases this year. Amazon MGM wants to get up to around 15 or more a year. They're doing maybe a third of that now. A24 is growing.
Mhm.
Apple has shown a clear interest in theatrical releases for their films. Neon and Mubi are also getting large cash infusions. They have private equity. The theatrical industry, while it could take a severe hit, could still, I don't want to say thrive, but survive.
Survive. Yeah.
The real question will be television, will be video game production, other sources of media that don't have large equity infusions or influences coming from other outlets when this merger goes through. So that'll be another interesting outlet to kind of look at this as well, because there's just so much under these umbrellas besides the films that we go to see in theaters.
Yeah, you talk about video game production. That's Interesting. How does that work? Like if like Warner Brothers owns Superman and they wanted to make a Superman game, they wouldn't have to do that through Warner Brothers, would they? Because it's a
Well, I
film
mean, it
studio.
depends. I don't know. They don't necessarily license the video game rights for Superman. So I don't know all the individual licensings, obviously. But like whatever licenses that they have for video game rights under their, whether it's their IPs or if they license it out from other studios for their IPs, anything that they have control of, Netflix would have control of.
This is kind of off topic, but real quick before you move on to the rest of the facts, I'm typing this up real quick just to do some research. When does Superman become public
Domain.
domain? Because I kind of thought it was recently. I mean, soon. It's 2034.
But I don't think that's, I think that's Superman's like first like form, his original.
You're right. The original
It's
Action
not,
Comics #1 version of
yeah,
Superman, published in 1938, will enter the
like
public
the
domain.
original Mickey Mouse, like the Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse is public domain, but Mickey Mouse, like the actual like modernized version is not,
While later elements like his S logo, the Kryptonite, and Lois Lane remain protected. Okay, so that's not going to be affected at all anyway.
Right. Yeah.
Just thought that could
Um
be relevant, but it's not. So continue.
so let's break down the deal a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I said, the total price is $82.7 billion. That comes out to a $30 per share offer for Warner Bros. Studios and their streaming assets, plus a $5 billion breakup fee to match Paramount's terms. It's a mostly cash offer. It does include stock options mixed in. The original Netflix bid, I don't believe, had that. So now, how this works, just so everyone's clear, Netflix doesn't own Warner Bros. Now. Netflix has the exclusive negotiating rights in this window. The final deal still has a lot of hurdles to jump through. It needs to be fully agreed upon, which it's about to be. It needs to be signed, approved by the board of Warner Bros. Discovery, and then cleared by government regulators. And there's a very good chance that the Department of Justice is going to interfere over antitrust concerns, because already from the left and the right side of the aisle, there has been concern over a potential merger.
People are pissed. But what's with the cockiness of Netflix? I mean, they straight up posted, "Yeah, we own Warner Brothers now." Like,
Yeah, well, it's a game. It's all they're coming out with this announcement saying like, we own Warner Brothers and together we're going to redefine storytelling for the next century.
yeah,
And the reality is that no, they don't actually own it yet. The deal isn't closed. When Disney and went on and merged with 20th Century Fox, it took 2 years for the deal to close.
wow,
So, um, if anyone thinks that this is over, this is not over.
far from it.
This is only starting. So they are going to have to go through these hurdles. Ted Sarandos did meet with Donald Trump in mid-November at the White House to meet over this, impending auction and merger. He left that meeting apparently with the impression that Netflix would not face regulatory opposition in this purchase. I don't know that that's going to hold up. I mean, Trump himself said that this is another quote, Netflix has a very big market share, and when they have Warner Bros., that share goes up a lot. Not going to leave it up to an economist. Like, I'll be involved in that decision too. Now, apparently, Trump believes that the highest bidder should win, and Paramount originally bid lower because they thought they had political advantage.
Yeah, he loves Paramount.
Well, he loves the Ellison family, Larry Ellison and the Ellison family.
Yeah,
They own Paramount and Skydance. And they have a very close relationship with Trump. And so I think they assumed they would be able to lowball it a bit
yeah,
and get that advantage.
that's kind of funny.
That doesn't seem to be the case. Trump's like, no, we're going to give it to whoever pays the most.
Okay,
The government's going to try and get the most they can get out of it themselves, of course. We're talking about Donald Trump's Department of Justice, not a regular Department of Justice. I am sure he is going to use the deal himself to weaponize for his own political advantage. That is for another time, another day, another podcast to talk about. But I'm just saying it'll stranglehold everything. This is going to get very caught up. Not to mention what you talked about, and that is the hostile takeover bid that
So
was announced.
that's what I just got a notification about. Paramount pushing, what is it, $109 billion?
So, as you mentioned, there's a lot of concern. I'll get to that in a second. I was going to say there were two other things. The Directors Guild of America, which is led by newly elected Christopher Nolan,
Yeah, the GOAT.
will be meeting with Netflix. They're
Oh,
sending
dude,
in Nolan
he's gonna kick their
to
ass,
discuss
bro.
their significant concerns about the acquisition, while the Writers Guild of America released a statement that calls for the deal to be blocked. They said, quote, the world's largest streaming company swallowing one of its biggest competitors is what antitrust laws were designed to prevent in the first place.
Sending in Nolan is like
They're
when Thor
sending in
comes down from in Wakanda in Infinity War, and they're like, "You're so screwed now."
Yeah. They're literally sending in Thor.
They're sending in Thor, dude. That's hilarious.
I would be shitting my pants to see Christopher Nolan walk through the door
That's
and
so
yell
funny.
at me about trying to stranglehold cinema.
Especially with what they just said about Oppenheimer too. You know,
Yeah.
Netflix saying that Oppenheimer would have just done as well on Netflix. Like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
And I think it's important to keep in mind that Christopher Nolan had a long-standing working relationship with Warner Bros. For a long time, until I think Tenet was the first one that broke, I think because of, or maybe it was even Oppenheimer might have been the film that he started with Universal. Yeah, actually. So they had a long-standing working relationship, and I'm sure he is going to make these concerns very well clear from both a guild, industry standard, but a personal one as a filmmaker and as a colleague himself.
Yeah, and you're right. We do. I mean, that whoever said that was right. We have these laws for a reason. I mean, antitrust, anti-monopoly. It's just a monopolization of cinema at this point, and we're not here for it. We at the BOD do not support the monopolization of cinema.
I don't think anybody should, but especially not at the BOD, man.
We stand with Christopher Nolan.
We stand at Nolan is my President Nolan.
He's our dream guest on our podcast.
If Christopher Nolan ever wants to come on and talk about, even you don't have to talk about this. We could talk about fairy tales and unicorns.
I'll talk to him about anything, dude.
I'll talk to him about what he ate for dinner last night,
bro.
I don't care.
If he's got like a weird mole on his back or something and he doesn't want to talk to his doctor, he can talk to us instead.
Yeah, I'll be like, Chris, I got to be honest with you, buddy. That mole, I think you should get that checked out.
I think it might be time to go to the doctor, bro.
Might be time to go to the doc, bud. Anyway, no, that was the guild, though. And I mean, Elizabeth Warren, obviously the senator from Massachusetts, she said something similar, calling it an anti-monopoly nightmare. She said, quote, I just like some of these quotes, by the way. I think they're important to get out there.
Yeah.
A Netflix Warner Bros. Would create one massive media giant with control of close to half of the streaming market, threatening to force Americans into higher subscription prices and fewer choices over what and how they watch, while putting American workers at risk. Under Donald Trump, the antitrust review process has also become a cesspool of political favoritism and corruption. The Justice Department must enforce our nation's anti-monopoly laws fairly and transparently, not use the Warner Bros. Deal to review and to invite influence peddling and bribery, which is what I was saying, something to be worried about. That's just another wrench, another factor that's going to play into this. So anyway, I wanted to get some of that out there. But so that is all the little stuff of why this is going to take a while. Little is in very, very harsh quotations. Paramount is accusing Warner Bros. Of running an unfair bidding process.
Crazy work.
They claim that they are steering the sale towards Netflix in a letter obtained by CNBC. Paramount says, quote, WBD has abandoned any semblance of a fair process and is pushing for a predetermined outcome. So let's go over some of the key points of that letter. One, Paramount says that Warner Brother Discovery executives have shown clear enthusiasm toward Netflix, and they call the deal a, quote, slam dunk. Two, they question whether Warner Brothers formed a truly independent committee to oversee the bids. 3 sources tell CNBC that David Zaslav, the CEO of Warner Bros. Discovery, doesn't want a full merger with Paramount and has favored other buyers since day one. And lastly, Paramount's own offers for the entire company were rejected multiple times. That's what started this whole thing. That's what triggered the auction that brought in Netflix and Comcast originally.
Let me just throw my 2 cents out there.
Yeah, please.
Paramount, who offered less money than Netflix, is complaining that they didn't get the deal. Paramount, who has a history of government favoritism and presidential favoritism, is saying that things are not fair. Paramount is a bunch of little pussies, dude. A bunch of little bitches. Stop complaining and bitching and offer more money.
And it's interesting because Warner Brothers board, they claim that they have fully complied with their fiduciary duties. So Paramount is launching a hostile takeover bid
Oh my God,
of
dude.
Warner Bros. They are approaching shareholders directly with a $108.4 billion offer to Netflix's $82.7. Paramount wants to buy all of Warner Bros. The studios, the TV business, the assets, everything. They believe it's the strongest offer. They believe Netflix's offer is inferior, and they believe that Netflix's offer comes with uncertain value. But now you say, well, okay, here's Paramount coming in with this great offer. So now maybe they should be the winners, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that money coming from? That's a lot of fucking money. You want to know where that money's come? Do you know where that money's coming from?
I'm assuming it's like government funded or some shit. I don't know.
Jag, their bid for Warner Bros. Is being backed by 3 Arab oil tycoons.
Yeah.
The Saudi Arabia's PIF, Qatar's Sovereign Fund, and the United Arab Emirates Abu Dhabi Billions. The 4th partner, Affinity Partners, run by none other than Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner.
Yeah, so government funded. Okay.
Corruption! Holy hell!
Is this, so what's the worst outcome? It's got to be Paramount, right?
There is basically 2 sides to a really terrible coin.
Yeah.
Because on one hand, Paramount is a very conservative, MAGA, Israel, Middle Eastern influenced messaging across over 50% of all media content that we receive.
It's politics. That's the problem. It doesn't even matter who it's run by. It's just politics.
It would be very much propaganda.
It's
you know
bullshit,
what I mean?
Yeah.
The other side, Netflix, risks the destruction, the eventual destruction of the theatrical industry. Movie theater chains could entirely go out of business if they themselves evolve and deplete the theatrical window to eventually just be, straight to streaming. I mean, we see where this is going, right? They want us stuck inside. They want us. They don't want us out. They don't want us conversing and having those experiences. I mean, like I said, it is literally a battle between one of the most dangerous, influential families in the world and a CEO and company openly trying to destroy that theatrical experience. Where do we go?
I was with someone yesterday who made an interesting point, and he said that if Netflix manages to claim control of Warner Brothers, then going to the movies might become something of an event, like going to the theater, going to Broadway. You know what I mean? It's like movies kind of, I don't want to say like killed Broadway, but you know what I mean? Like movies like replace of like live theater, and now streaming is going to be like a full replacement of movies or movie theaters, and it's going to be a once in a while event that you have to pay. I mean, tickets nowadays are already like $25 a ticket. You go to the movies with 2 people, you're spending you're spending $50. It's going to be an event now if this is the case. I think that's really how it's going to be. Unless you're an A-lister, maybe we can still manage some semblance of how things used to be, but I don't know. I mean, I think everyone should become an AMC A-lister. If I'm fighting for anything, it's for that.
I mean, I agree. It does worry me. I mean, obviously, big films could still get event releases, but what about stuff like, Caught Stealing? Darren Aronofsky's new film that
Yeah,
came
right to
out.
Netflix, bro.
Or it's on Netflix now. It would have been
Yeah.
right to Netflix, things like that. So I mean, that's just like, I don't know, that's literally the first thing that came to mind. Just stuff like that. Any like auteurs or filmmakers, just anything that's indie, smaller art house, anything that's not big blockbuster, you know, right on the streamer. And that's the thing with Paramount too. So I was looking more into their interests. Paramount says they vowed to release 30 plus movies a year in theaters if they beat Netflix in this bidding war. Paramount themselves, though, are focused on making IP and commercial films going forward. One source says that they have drastically scaled back their budget and award campaigns. They have no interest in anything but down the middle IP, and it's all about commerciality. So, who's to say that if they take on Warner Bros., that it's not just going to eventually become a similar, maybe not so much straight to streaming, but with them, it could just be not just the propaganda of who's at the behest at the top, but also it could be a very large concern regarding the content that we'll even get, the quality of the content that we'll get.
We're going to be getting franchise slop. I mean, they're going to be pushing out like 3 DC movies a year, 4 Godzilla movies this year, get King Kong out. You know what I mean? Like, it's
And
just
isn't
going to be
that
franchise slop.
like, isn't that the lesson Marvel learned themselves the hard way?
100%.
That the quantity over quality of franchise slop is not the key to success.
Disney learned that with everything, with Star Wars, with Marvel. Like, they're finally learning their lesson of just calming down.
Mostly learning.
They're trying to learn their lesson. I think they're getting there a little bit, but specifically with Marvel, sometimes with DC. But Star Wars, but they're getting there, and now Paramount's going to just do the whole thing, but they don't give a fuck, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, no matter who wins, at the end of the day, these companies are they're gonna have 3 options. They're gonna have 3 options of what they're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Not that these are their only 3 options, but this is the 3 options of likely what to do. They're either gonna sit on beloved IP, just not do anything. They're gonna turn it into propaganda, twist it, or sell it to us at astronomical prices,
I think that third one is probably the most likely.
or a mixture of all of it.
Yeah, and it's not gonna be worth any of those prices. It's gonna be shit.
I mean, no, absolutely not. And like, that's the thing, like, where are we going to say, oh, but I crave it, I want DC? Like, you and I, we're big fans of this stuff. Where does that line cross, though, where it's like, this is just unethical and unaffordable?
Yeah,
and even though I want to watch it, it's not worth it.
Yeah, you want it, but you want it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
You want it the way you and other fans deserve.
The way that we deserve, the way that it was always intended.
Yeah.
And listen to this. If Paramount wins, and this is specifically if Paramount wins, now that Netflix wouldn't have all the Warner Bros. Side too, but if Paramount wins, this is what the Ellison family would own. If anyone remembers, by the way, so they would have Warner Bros. Studios, Paramount Studios, like the actual studios, the companies. They have TikTok. They already own TikTok. That's a large outlet. They would also own CBS, CNN, all of HBO and Paramount streaming libraries, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, DC, Fandango, New Line Cinema, TNT Sports, TBS, Oracle, properties such as Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, Looney Tunes, Scooby-Doo, DC Comics specifically, and more. They would control nearly every major cable channel. Their distribution would probably be greater than Disney's. This would be all under that conservative MAGA influence control with Donald Trump in one ear, Arab oil tycoons in another, and the theatrical experience crumbling underneath. It's grim. I mean, there's really, I'm sorry that I'm not painting a nicer picture, but it's grim. Between Ted Sarando's comments and then Ellison's comments.
Yeah, and for everyone listening, this is a depressing episode, but this is what's happening in real time, in real life.
This is the news. This is not just the news. This is the biggest news that, like I said it at the beginning of this whole segment, this is going to reshape the entertainment industry, but the media landscape as a whole for a long, long time.
Yeah, we're living through this huge change.
We're living through history, media entertainment history, and where it's going to come out on the other end, who knows? But It'll be a new studio landscape. It'll be a new regime. And right now, we're witnessing an all-out war between Netflix and Paramount, with
I,
Warner Bros. And the government and us in the middle.
things are bad for you to have to want to make me actually kind of want Netflix to win. Like, that's how you know things are bad, because it's between Netflix or Paramount. I'm gonna have to root for Netflix, which fucking sucks, because it's gonna suck. But the fact that I might be kind of rooting for Netflix is horrible. I don't want to do that shit.
If there's a god, maybe Comcast will somehow get back into this,
Oh
which is
my
totally
god,
not going to happen.
Universal, like, yeah, like,
Come on, step it up, guys. NBC, come on, let's go.
somebody just step in. You have the money. You can find the money. Go find another oil tycoon somewhere.
There's got to be like a Swedish oil
Yeah,
tycoon
come
somewhere,
on.
right? Like someone who,
Oh
we
my.
might, maybe not Jared Kushner. Okay, well, so that's basically everything. I know I threw a lot at you. I know that that's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
But just some final thoughts. What do you think about everything going on and where this might go?
Well, I the way you did it was very digestible, so I think I'm understanding it. Yeah, I mean, it's really unfortunate. I mean, just to wrap it up, my thoughts is just like, I there's no good outcome. Netflix is gonna hurt theaters in a way that we've never seen. Paramount's gonna hurt cinema in a way we've never seen. I don't. It's really tough, man. And I hope things work out, but I don't think they're going to. But that's just the reality of it nowadays. That's business nowadays, as people would say.
Yeah, it's tragic because who loses? We do.
We do,
I
the
mean,
viewers, the
what
fans.
what have we been talking about this whole time? We're just talking about rich wigs, trying to see who has the biggest dick. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what it is, and we're the losers.
we're getting hurt for being film fans. That's how it is. We're getting punished for being film fans.
I would love to see how either of these companies treat. It's one thing I never even talked about that Warner Brothers controls.
Hmm.
Turner Classic Movies. They're the primary studio behind all the old classics that get, restored and put on streamers so that we can witness them today, that we can enjoy them.
All
Movies
the
we watch
movies in
in
our
our
film
Bible
Bible.
study, segment.
Wow.
So Netflix is so. Let me ask you this: when's the last time you really seen a movie before like 1960s on Netflix? Rare,
No,
rare.
I always have to go like Tubi
Yeah.
or HBO
So
Max.
because they very much don't care about those old films. I just worry about, like you said, neither of them are going to treat the theatrical industry and the cinema, the quality to the standard that it deserves, or the preservation of film history. It's upsetting. We'll see how it goes. I know that was a chunk of time, but this dictates everything that we'll ever talk about on the podcast, in a lot
Yeah,
of ways. So
and it's relevant for sure.
so we'll keep you here with everything that changes, because I mean, between now and the end of the year, it's probably going to continue changing and evolving.
And it's crazy because the rest of the episode is very Netflix focused.
It is very Netflix focused, yeah, but it's more about the projects on Netflix. So.
Exactly.
So that's the Warner Brothers bidding war, Netflix, Paramount, all of that. Why don't we get into Stranger Things season 5, volume 1?
Yeah. I don't think it's fair. I don't have a rating for it. I don't think it's fair for us to rate it
No,
yet.
we're not. I agree. I didn't even go into that. We're just gonna give some thoughts. I think we'll fully rate and like
When the season's done.
finalized review at the end of the season.
Yeah. I don't know. Can we throw some negatives out first? I have less negatives, I think. Than I don't know how you feel, so we just get them
It's
out
a
of the way.
weird place to start. Okay, sure.
Well, things I just don't like.
I guess we've been shitting on Netflix enough. Let's start in this.
Let's just go into shitting on it some more.
The shithole.
All right. I'll start off by saying I really enjoy the season. But I do have some negatives. So how do you feel overall about the season?
Yeah, I really like the darker tone. I think it's
too.
appropriate. I think it makes sense.
It's great right off of season 4.
I think that it picks up very much. Like, I know there's a bit of a time jump,
Yeah.
So I guess, all right, spoilers for Stranger Things season 5, volume 1. Let's preface there, because we may not be doing ratings, but there sure as hell is probably going to be spoilers.
100%.
The time jump, it makes sense. I think the whole, I really liked the whole like military trying to hide it. I think the fact that the stakes are higher though, that they're involved now, it just makes everything feel so more serious. Like we're finally really approaching some sort of like end goal here.
Yeah, it feels very
Um
lived in with the world, how they did it with the shit around. You know what I mean? Like with the military covering it up and they put all the metal on it.
Yeah, it absolutely feels like when you sit and think about it, it makes a lot of sense about this would be the approach. Like, I think there were some fans that was expecting it to be full blown out, like, um, like the whole country, everything is fucked. That's not what's happening though.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what's like. We're starting to learn a little more about the upside down, a little more about the origins, how it works, what it is. There's still a lot to find out in volume two, but we
Yeah.
have we have an idea of the whole of the upside down now and where it originates.
Yeah, so okay, because I don't like how many unanswered questions we have still with 5 episodes left. I think it's too much for them to wrap up in 5 episodes.
Well, but consider how long the episodes are.
I know, but I don't know, like, well, okay, something I'll go to my biggest complaint about this season, and I want to know how you feel about it, is I think the dialogue is so much worse than the past seasons.
Um, I don't know about so much worse. I just think it feels. I mean, there is maybe like a level of authenticity to it that is not quite there. That's not necessarily my biggest issue, though. I don't think
I
it's that bad.
like Robin, the way she talks bothers me so much. And
No,
she's like, Dick, sorry, did I say that out loud? I'm like, okay.
that's kind of how
Lucas,
she always has been, though.
sorry, I'm also sick. I know you know that, but if you're watching this and you hear weird noises coming out of my body, I am sick.
I like how you waited till now to just drop that. You're like, by
Because I
the
was
way,
coughing. Um, but no, I mean, Robin's dialogue, it bothers me. And something I've noticed season every now and then, but it's so prevalent this season, is that they'll be like, we have to find Vecna. And the next person goes, and we have to save Derek. And the next person goes, because if we don't, and the next person goes, the world is going to lose. Like they finish each other's sentences every 5 seconds, and it's the most obvious shit. We have to save Derek. Yeah, no shit.
yeah, it is very. I mean, like it's become a little marvelly.
It's so marvelly.
It's become a little marvelly, but I don't think the humor's marvelly.
No,
I
this
think
season's pretty funny.
I think the characters still feel like themselves. I don't think that they feel like they're not written like themselves or anything like that.
Dude, this season has one of the funniest, honestly, probably the funniest Stranger Things moment for me is when they're in the bathroom and they're getting the kids down the hole in the bathroom, and then the snitch walks in and they're like, Mr. What's it? And she goes, no. And then she looks and it's like the little black kid in the hole and his two eyes. Do you remember that? His two
Yeah.
eyes are there, and all of a sudden the noise is like, whoa, and he just ducks down into the hole. That was so funny,
Yeah,
bro.
it was pretty funny. No, I don't know. I really like it. I mean, we talk about ratings. Like you talked to me about like, oh, like I've given this thought. The seasons 1 and 3 are probably equally the best seasons. I don't think I like either one more than the other. I think for different reasons they're equally the best. And right now, season 5 has kind of existed on a plane with season 4 a little bit, because it really is just the second half of that story.
It
It's like
is,
the
yeah.
Infinity War Endgame.
It's very
So
much a part two.
yeah, and I'm okay with it. Like I think the biggest thing when I look back to season 1 and I look at season 5, it's not like unexpected. I'm not sitting here. I'm not like I didn't know. Look at the numbers and the facts and not know this, but just seeing it play out, it's very overproduced. And when you look back at season 1, it just feels more like a small town in Indiana, and I mean now it feels very big budgety. The effects are so much better. There's so much more color, like things going on with
I
the editing.
agree.
And I'm not saying it's bad. It's just doesn't feel like that. That feeling of season 1, that small town feeling that it just felt more focused and real. And again, I talk a little bit about authenticity. I think Stranger Things has never lacked in entertainment, in shock value, in storytelling, but I do think that feeling of authenticity due to this real now overproduction, over stylization. Hell, David Hopper, David Harbour. I mixed up his name. Holy shit, David Harbour. Uh, got really famous off the show and got like hair, like fucking,
Oh yeah, he got like
transplants now. Like he
yeah,
looks
yeah, yeah.
younger now. Without the beard, he would look like
That's probably
younger
why
now
they
than he
have the
did in
beard, dude.
season one. So
No, you're right. I think it's really prevalent in them raising the stakes. And I think them raising the stakes contradicts a lot of what they set up in the earlier seasons. Like the Demogorgons are not scary anymore. Well, they're not scary in the way that they used to be. They're scary in the way that they are now because what is their power scaling? Like Karen Wheeler can slash a Demogorgon with a wine bottle and cut it, and Hopper can cut one's head off with a sword in season 4, but 100 soldiers shooting at it won't even hurt it. Like they're bulletproof now. You know what I mean? Like
well, I think they've always been bulletproof, but
but then how can Karen just slash it? Like they're
well, because I think they've always been able to be cut, but they can't be shot, which I don't
because
really understand that. But
the Demogorgon used to be like the main bad guy, and obviously you have to introduce the Mind Flayer. So then the Demodogs are still there, and it's like now the Demogorgons are just the tiny little. They're like battle droids. They're like the little foot soldiers. You know, they're not scary. They're just there, fucking everyone up except the main characters.
Well, yeah, I saw. Do you remember the first time a character went into the Upside Down?
Yeah, it was Nancy, I think.
Nancy, when she and Jonathan were searching in the woods, she followed the Demogorgon like into the tree. I think it was like the
Yeah, it was
one
in
in
the
the
tree.
tree. She comes out and she sees it and it's really dark and obviously you have all the stuff going on. She's like scanning and she sees the Demogorgon and it's feasting on a deer and she runs and she can't find her way back out and
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
lost in the it's terrifying. It was
It's
actually it's like
scary, man.
really terrifying. And I mean, look, there is a level of desensitization now for us with the Upside Down. We've
Of
seen it for
course.
5 seasons.
And even
We've
with the
learned more
characters.
about it, and the characters are more used to it. They pretty much they actually by this point, are there any main characters that haven't been in the Upside Down?
Mike
Rob,
and Lucas. No, Robin went in season 4.
right? Yes, yeah.
I think it's just Mike and Lucas.
I can't believe that Mike has never been to the Upside Down.
Is that crazy?
That is crazy.
But you're right. But the Upside Down used to be so scary, you know? Like, anytime you're in there, you're like, holy shit, Vecna could be here, or the Mind Flayer could be here, or the Demodogs, Demogorgons. But now in season 5, Hopper goes in every week by himself.
Yeah,
and it's like,
they're just doing like fucking. They're just doing runs.
it's kind of weird. I don't know if I do love them all working together, but I don't like how the Upside Down has kind of just become just this extra place.
Well, you have to like them all working together because one of your big complaints was that they were too split, and now this season
in
they're finally
season
all together.
4, I know, dude.
And now this season they're finally all together
Like
doing. I mean, like they're still not. They can't all always be together at the same time,
I know.
but they're all working together in the same place at the same time.
Mike, Will, and Jonathan did jack shit in season 4, and now at least Mike and Will are doing stuff. Jonathan's still,
I mean,
still
Will.
sidelined.
Well, we got to talk about Will because he in the volume 1 he is like he's the big most important character, and I always knew it was always going to come back to Will. Like it's Will and it's 11.
Yeah, it was
you
a
know
big
what I mean?
prediction.
Because he's the one who was originally missing. She's the one they originally found. It was always going to come back to that connection with. I mean, throughout the whole show, the one consistency has been teasing his connection to the hive mind, but he never understood it, and I like that. You know, we get a real evolution of his character in this first volume where he really comes to terms with accepting himself, obviously his identity, which is a big subplot to his character, but then it puts him in touch to his abilities, and it comes in obviously the big climactic moment of the first half of the season.
The good parts about separating the characters is you get really good duos and trios and groups that you wouldn't normally have together, and pairing Will and Robin together was such a good idea. You know, just
especially
so you get
because
that development.
Like I said, you have their subplots with their sexualities and all that going on, and coming to terms with
It really adds to
feeling
both of them.
free, and it adds so much depth. And your favorite word, nuance.
Nuance.
It adds so much to their characters and their arcs. It's very important. I think that they're doing. That's what I'm saying. Where they have lacked maybe in other areas, Stranger Things has not lacked in storytelling. I think that it is still just as entertaining, just as interesting and compelling as it's been.
I think we should talk about the characters a little bit.
Okay.
How do you feel about like the individual characters this season? Are there characters that you're liking a lot more than usual? Are there characters that bothered you or did something stupid? Like, Like, is any character like a standout, either bad or good for you this season?
I don't really think there's any bad ones. I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, there's definitely better ones, but
Like
I mean,
Justin pissed me off this season a lot.
but I don't but I understand his place, you know. I mean, he's first of all, you have to understand he's still a high schooler. He's not exactly an emotionally realized, mature adult, and he just lost a very important individual in Eddie Munson in his life, and like you have to, I mean, that perspective I think is really important with him. Did they do enough time diving into that? No, but I think there's a real, you know, masculinity problem there with him, that of course he's not going to want to admit that he got jumped and beat up, that he's struggling to come to terms with Eddie, and he can't really tell the truth that Eddie was a hero, and so everyone thinks of, you know, he is like this cult follower. Like it's got to be tough, you
I
know.
totally disagree, bro. I totally disagree. I think he doesn't give a fuck what anyone thinks. I think he's embarrassed that he got beat up because he's doing all the shit about Eddie that they kept telling him to leave it alone. They've warned him so many times, if you keep antagonizing these people or just keep getting involved and wearing the shirt, you're going to put yourself at risk, which puts all of us at risk. And he said, "Oh, no, I'm not." And then he keeps doing it like a fucking dumbass. I know your friend died, but like,
the
you're hurting yourself and other people.
But the relationship between he obviously, in his mind, what he cares most about is honoring his friend who sacrificed his life for them.
He's going to
and
get
for
the
him.
whole world killed, bro. They told him that.
You know, yeah, but to say
They
you can't
said that.
understand his perspective,
All he
like,
has to do is not wear a fucking t-shirt. It's not that hard.
well,
So he
nitpick,
pissed
in
me
my
off.
opinion.
Hopper straight up trying to blow himself up was so stupid.
Well, yeah, I wasn't really sure what was going on with that scene, but I wouldn't say that means his character pissed me off in the first half.
No, just that one
It was
scene. I
just
thought
like
Hopper
one
was dope as fuck.
I just didn't understand what his like. I mean, his motive the whole time is protecting 11.
I
So
know,
that,
and he loves to just be in it. You know, he loves to be in it.
yeah. I mean, he's always willing to sacrifice himself. So I don't know if that's really like pissed me. I mean, he's always ready to sacrifice himself for his cause. So I don't know.
But I also don't get it because, like, I mean, they definitely told him that they lit Vecna on fire. They shot him multiple times. They fucking stabbed him multiple times, and he didn't die. So what does he think's gonna happen when he just blows him up? Like, I feel
Well,
like Vecna could survive the explosion. You know?
maybe, but isn't it also like doing it on his own terms too? Maybe.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's either that or you let 11 do it, and she might die doing it. So he's not trying to do that again.
yeah. So I mean, again, it all comes back to protecting the one he loves. And I think that's an understandable motive.
Mike is goated this season after not doing anything last season. I think him with the kids at the military base, like, eyes on me, everyone look at me, I'll get you out of here. Like, that was awesome.
Well, yeah, I like that they're working all as a team. I mean, obviously, I love Joyce. I just wish that they treated Joyce the way they treated her in the first season, which is as the like flagship name of the show.
I agree.
But
she doesn't give
her
a fuck
character's
about Jonathan, bro.
Her character's great. I mean, Jonathan's got his own shit.
She's like,
her attention is obviously, she's always kind of like preferred Will, but her attention
preferred.
Her attention is understood. Will's kind of always been he had always been a little
like, bitch.
but not anymore. Not anymore.
And not in the Upside Down. We saw that flashback in the beginning where he's like fucking shooting the Demogorgon and jumping off trees and stuff.
So I mean, also I really love that. I just really love that there are other characters that we never gave much thought about that are coming back to play big roles. And obviously, most notably, that's Holly Wheeler. She's just been there for like 4 seasons, pretty much. I mean, last season, there was the whole stuff with her Starlight toy and everything. But ultimately, she's just kind of been there. And now she's old enough that they can finally involve her. And like, there was like one moment when she's talking to, obviously, so she meets with Max and, Vecna's like memory prison. And Max is like, this is what we have to do. And she has that moment where she's just like, tell me what I need to do. And it's that Wheeler look. And you see it on Nancy, you see it on Mike. And now I saw it for the first time on Holly. And I was like, let's go. All 3 Wheeler kids, they're just built different.
I love
they're
the
ready.
Wheelers.
And I'm just so glad that the Duffer Brothers elevated her to be like similar to Lucas's sister, Erica. Like, I'm so glad that they have finally brought Holly and made her such a central figure. And I like that all of them acknowledge, like, what does she have to do with this? Like, they don't pretend like she was always going to be that. They're all like, Holly? What is she doing? But it's cool that she's not just there. Her character in the end will be, it seems like building to be a very important character.
Yeah, and you'd never think that those three kids came from fucking Ted Wheeler.
Bro, yeah, Ted
Wheeler,
fucking
dude.
Wheeler, dude. Hey,
Dude,
hopefully he's okay.
He's outside golfing while his daughter's getting slimed by a Demogorgon. Like,
Yeah,
come on,
dude.
bro.
Dude, fucking Ted Wheeler. Yeah, that's the one character they'll never really elevate to have any important role in the show.
Dude, they made dipshit Derek into delightful Derek, and he's the GOAT.
Bro, he became the GOAT in one episode. I thought the same thing. I fucking was like, it's funny how easy they're able to make these side characters really lovable.
They're so lovable, bro.
And I remember they announced him, and I was like, there's no way he's going to be like Bob or like,
even Eddie, right?
Or Eddie. And in one episode, I was like, yo, Derek's actually like such a good character.
I was like, I love this
He's actually like such a good character.
Dude, he saw the Demogorgon once and locked in. He was like, I'm all fucking in. We got to get out of here. Like, we got to help these kids. Like, he had no questions asked.
It made total sense for him to be acting the way he was before, where he was like,
kidnapped.
You fucking kidnapped me. You're
my family's passed
You're like,
out.
you're like a cult, obviously. Then he sees the Demogorgon. He's like, fuck this. Like, I'm going with you guys.
He was like, suck my fat one to the Demogorgon.
No, he was great. No, I mean, I'm trying to think. That's pretty much like all the characters. Obviously, like I think they're going. So I want to get into some predictions for Volume 2, and I'll say that because I'll start with this. I do think Max is ultimately going to die still.
Wow. Is that your, like, do you think that is the most likely death then?
Oh, I don't know about most I mean, I think they're going to do at least 2.
Because I don't think Max is going to die. I think her and Hopper are the safest because they've had the fake outs most recently.
No, but see, like, she's trapped, and I think she's going to like sacrifice herself to save Holly in the end.
But she's got to have another scene with Lucas before she dies.
That's true. Yeah.
She has to wake up at some point. Maybe she wakes up and then fucking dies immediately or something. Like,
look, I could be wrong, but I could see a sacrifice is what I'm saying.
Is there a chance that Lucas, because also he's great this season too. I feel like he's never really gotten much to do, but he's really great this season. Just seeing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I really liked him last season because his whole thing was like trying to help Max after everything with Billy. So,
he was
like,
great last season.
He was pretty great last season.
But
too.
just seeing the younger kids evolve into the Steve, Nancy, Jonathan roles of now they're taking care of the younger kids was really awesome. So Lucas is the GOAT. Is there a chance?
Oh, not to mention that Lucas actually last season had the whole thing with the basketball team, and
he was great.
He had a lot going on.
Before last season, he didn't have much.
Yeah.
But is there a chance that Lucas ends up in Max's cave? I don't want to say it like that, but
wouldn't it feel random? I don't know. Is it like? Do you feel like his story is going there?
Can he end up in that world at all without being?
Ultimately, look at it this way: are they ultimately, besides Will? Would they ultimately, and even then, maybe not, but I still think Will might have to go just because he's part of the hive mind.
Yeah, I think 11's gone. But there's a
Maybe. It could be both of them.
There's a big theory. Yeah, like
that would suck for Mike.
Double sacrifice. Dude, Mike has nothing after that.
Mike just kills himself.
His parents are like dying. His best friend and his girlfriend are dead.
Also, Lucas's parents do not give a fuck about where their kids are.
Bro, Steve has no family relation whatsoever, and he's funny.
But he's an adult now. By now, he's an adult. Like,
what are him and Robin doing here, bro?
Lucas and Erica are still fucking kids, and their parents, we've seen them like maybe twice in the show.
Erica's like 12 years old, and she's like, I told you to eat your damn pie. And she stabs her in the neck.
She's just fucking kidnapping her classmates. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
I know. No, I think 11's most likely to die. I would not like if Max died. I think that would kind of bother me.
Well, I think it's about how they do it. I think, again, if they kept her around because she has an ultimate goal of saving Holly and the kids, and it ends up sacrificing herself for that good, and like,
if she gets to talk to Lucas, I'm down for it.
Yeah, I could also see some bullshit where like Holly tells.
Yeah, that would be annoying. See, I like that Holly's like an important character, but I don't want her to be like the main character of this season.
I don't even think she was the main character of that half.
I know.
I think Will was the main character of
I
that
think
half.
so. I wanted to talk about this prediction because this is the biggest one I've been seeing online, and I'm sure you've seen it. I want to know what you think. People are saying that Vecna is not the one in control of the Upside Down, and the Mind Flayer is controlling him. And this season will end with him betraying the Mind Flayer and helping out Eleven
Yeah,
and
I don't
Will.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I do think the Mind Flayer is gonna come back into it, but I think Vecna is not a redeemable character by this point.
This is a problem with the Upside Down being this place that they just go to whenever they want now, because where is the Mind Flayer? How is that not like something you're scared of? You know what I
Also,
mean?
considering the fact that the Upside Down has basically been, and I alluded to this before, and I want to this is before we end Stranger Things talk. I want to make sure we get to this. The Upside Down is a limited place. I
It's got
mean,
the walls.
we don't know what's outside the walls yet, but we know from Dustin's calculations that it surrounds Hawkins, and
It surrounds
so
the lab specifically.
well, the lab is the center
Yeah. It surrounds
of
the
it
town. Yeah.
surrounds Hawkins, and the lab is the center, and that seems like they're leading to that having been the source. Clearly, whatever that gave 11 powers, whatever went on there, that's what created the Upside Down. So if it's this limited place, where is the Mind Flayer? Where's the Demo Bats? You know,
Where are the Where are the
where's
Demo
the Demo
dogs?
Bats? Where's the Demo Dog? So
Where
I'm sure they're there. I'm sure we're gonna see more of it in the final half.
Where's
Oh,
Vecna?
well, no,
It's been
that
a
was
year.
Vecna was hiding. That was
But
different. I
why is he
mean,
hiding though? Like it's just Hopper and the government. Like what is he hiding from?
well, clearly he's working. He's building a plan, like with the kids. He's kidnapping the kids. He's so that's not the problem. I'm because think about it. The Duffer Brothers said the whole scene where Vecna comes out through the entrance, the portal,
Yeah.
to Will was inspired by the Rogue One Darth Vader hallway scene.
That was an awesome scene.
Fucking one of the best scenes in the show,
He turns that
probably.
guy's head into a bowling ball with his spikes.
Dude, he takes the two like clips out of the grenades and he
So
chucks the
sick.
grenades at like the whole. Oh my god, it was fucking sick. And then he pulls up Will and he was like, some like mines like some belong to this world and yours like belongs to my world.
So sick.
It goes back, and people were like, why did he leave Will? Why didn't he kill him? I think it's either one, because he underestimates him, or
Mhm.
two, because he has a plan for him still.
I think you're right. I don't think Will's gonna be like a spy like people are thinking because they did that in season 2. But I do think he needs Will for something. What do you think of Vecna's new design?
Awesome. Fucking
It's
looks
so much better, right?
so sick. So awesome. So
They
much
got
better.
rid of his like weird stomach, like the Grinch, you know, like
I like the like kind of like spikes that come out near his like
dude.
shoulder blade area here.
He looks
It's,
badass.
it is fucking terrifying, dude.
One more thing I want to talk about before at least I'm ready to move on. Well, two more things. Okay.
5, 6 more things.
Probably 6, 7 more things.
Where's Matt Damon, Willem
Watch
Dafoe,
the
and Josh
movie.
Gad?
I I had this complaint in season 4 is that they separate the kids, right? And separate the characters too much. Again, they're doing it in season 5, or at least what I think they're doing is I love Dustin and Steve, right? I rewatched seasons 1 through 3 recently. Dustin, after season 2, Dustin is with Steve the entire time. In season 2, he's with Steve. In season 3, he's with Steve and Robin in the underground thing with Erica. In season 4, he's with the adult kids. But at least Lucas is there. Mike and Will are in California. In season 5, it's Dustin, Steve, Nancy, and Jonathan in the Upside Down now. And maybe they'll meet up with Hopper and Eleven.
Oh,
But
I mean, they
besides
definitely
that,
are.
But besides that, like, can Dustin ever be with Lucas, Mike, and Will? Like, he's always with somebody else. He's always with Steve and the older kids. I want those 4 to be together again, bro.
I know it's tough. It's gonna happen. Well, we had a little bit of that this season.
I know,
we
but,
did.
like,
we did.
Depending on how long they're in the Upside Down for, but like, as
I don't
of now,
think they're gonna be in the Upside Down that long.
Yeah,
I ultimately think we're going to see the team regroup and like try like obviously Hopper and 11 are going to meet up with the gang
I think
there
so
in the
too.
Upside
And
Down
with Callie, which we didn't even talk about.
yeah, and they're
Number 8.
and yeah, and they're oh yeah. I actually do not mind that.
I don't mind it either.
We'll see where it goes. Maybe I will, but I like it because it if they do it right, it leaves no major plot threads
Yeah.
left unsaid.
It's not going to
And
make
that
that
was
episode any
always,
better, but
maybe. I mean, it might not make the episode like a great episode, but it'll give it like that. It'll at least have a payoff.
yeah, you're right.
It'll at least make it like feel like it made sense to have it, if that make you know what I mean.
I agree. Like, there's a reason for it at least.
Yeah. So, no, I'm excited. I'm really, I love this show. I think the first half was big. It was electric. Like I said, a little overproduced, maybe a little over the top, a little inauthentic at times. But ultimately, I think that they're really reaching for a bombastic ending. I don't think they're Games of Throning it at all.
Me
And
neither.
is it going to be the best season? Maybe not. But is it still going to be a great season and a great ending? Hopefully. So far it is.
I really love this season so far. I had some complaints, but overall this season it's just got me hooked. It's so good. I think this does have potential to be my favorite season. It's already up with season 4 for me, which is my second favorite. I think it's got a lot of potential to be my favorite. I want to say, as of now, my top 3 characters are Steve, Hopper, and Nancy is now at number 3. It didn't
Yeah,
used to be
Nancy's
Nancy, but Nancy in season 4 and 5 is the fucking GOAT. Nancy's great. I used to have Joyce at top 3, but now they kind of sidelined her a little bit.
It's
But
not her fault.
it's not her fault, but Nancy has been shining throughout the entire series and specifically the last 2 seasons, like this one and season 4. So I'm very excited to see what they do with her. And with Jonathan about to propose, Nancy has this, I don't love the
Big,
love triangle, but that's not her fault. That's Stephen Jonathan's fault.
I don't love it. I don't, because I just don't love it for Steve's character. I don't know.
I don't either. Like, he was doing so good being like, I'm the babysitter, I'll take care of the kids. And now he's like, I'm the babysitter, and I want to bang her.
Well, when he meets Robin, obviously he likes Robin, he wants love. Like, that's always been Steve's part of his story. I just wish it wasn't with Nancy. I wish they had, because, like, what was it? He reminds Jonathan, which is so true, that what was it that brought Jonathan and Nancy together in the first place? Their shared trauma.
Yeah, Murray does.
So, that was Murray who mentioned that. Yeah. So, I personally think that their like relationship just makes more sense as the end game in this show.
Jonathan and Nancy.
Yeah, like I get that they have stuff to work out, but ultimately it feels like the end game. If she goes, like, she can't go back to Steve.
What's going to happen is one of them is going to die, or she goes with Jonathan. Like, there's no way.
I think Steve is a high chance of dying.
If Jonathan is alive, there's no way she should pick Steve.
Yeah.
But if Jonathan dies, maybe she goes with Steve for some reason. I don't know. But there's
just
no
would feel
way
weird about it.
If Jonathan is alive that Nancy would pick Steve over her. She doesn't even like him that much. Like she's with Jonathan. Jonathan's gonna propose.
And then they're trying to insinuate like she agrees with him on a couple things this season.
Yeah,
and it's like,
I know. Just because like Jonathan's being more careful because actually he cares and he's trying to be more careful. And Steve's like, fucking bopper. I'm going through the whole. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but I do really enjoy this season. Nancy's coming up. Do you have a couple, like, who's one of your favorite characters? Like, who shines to you? Like, you Steve guy, a Hopper guy, 11. Like, who do you like?
Well, I mean, it's always like, to me, like, Steve. The 4 that I've loved is Steve, Hopper, or the 3, Steve, Hopper, and Joyce.
Yeah, Joyce is probably my 4th. She's easily top 5.
I don't know. I'd have to give it some thought. I mean, we can do like a final ranking once the season's done.
We should.
But yeah. I'd have to give that some thought. So I mean, that's pretty much all I have on it. Very excited.
Yeah.
We'll really give full. I mean, if that's not a full review, can't tell you what a full review will be when the season's done.
Yeah, but, I'm very excited for it to see. It's you got me into this show.
I wish we could watch it together here.
When season 4 was coming out, you and I watched the first 3 seasons together in like 2021 or 2022 or whatever.
I had already seen it, but
and you've already seen it. You're showing me it, and I was not really for it. And then I watched it with you, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is awesome!"
Can you imagine if you had never gotten into it during this? What's clearly like such a big. It's like Game of Thrones.
I know this is an event. This is such an event, and it's incredible. So I hope they stick the landing. I have lots of faith in the Duffer Brothers.
Fingers crossed. Why don't we move on to another Netflix project that we both watched, the film Jay Kelly.
Yeah, do we want to throw some ratings and reviews out there?
Yeah, sure. Why don't you go first?
Yeah, okay.
Why don't you go first?
Um, Let me just pull this up real quick. All right, so here are our ratings and reviews for Jay Kelly. I give Jay Kelly 9 George Clooney montages out of 10.
I give it. I give Jay Kelly like 7.7. I'd say 7.8. Tennis tournaments out of 10.
Yeah, I guess I enjoyed this more than you. Which is
We'll give it away.
surprising. Which is yeah, which is surprising. I really thought you'd like it a little more.
It's a decent movie. It's a decent movie from Noah Baumbach. I'll talk about what I like first. It's beautiful. It's shot beautifully. I
Yeah, it
think
does
he
look
he
great.
really visualizes it well. It feels very much like one of his kinds of films. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I mean, you've seen Marriage Story, right?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh, really? So this
I
is your
haven't.
first
This is my
Noah
first
Baumbach
Baumbach.
first?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, it felt very like from a visual standpoint, authentic and true to what he's done in the past. Adam Sandler is great. I thought Adam Sandler gives a really meaningful performance. So I mean, I really enjoyed it. Um, it's kind of a try. It is a tried and true story. A tried and true story. Fame. Um, kind of like a movie star and their fame isolating themselves, you know, with their from their family, their loved ones, leaving them kind of like alone in a sea
Yeah.
of like loneliness of but success and adoration, but they're lonely. Um it's a story that I feel like, we've seen a lot of in different kinds of adaptations, and I didn't think that the script in this one had any
Really?
truly thing like compelling to say about that.
I loved the script. That's my highlight. I thought the writing was fantastic. I thought the
Okay.
scenes where he was watching his past, like just envisioning it, but the way we got to see it was awesome. The way we saw him watching himself.
I loved
Uh
the concept. I didn't totally love the execution, the layout of it, I think.
wow. Okay. Well, that's fair. It's very simple story. I mean, I just like that kind of story. Like everyone seems to know this actor, which is true. We all see these online personas of people, and you kind of feel like you know them, or maybe you feel like, oh, that's my friend. People have this like one way online relationship with celebrities, which is very strange, but that's the relationship that they have with them. And everyone knows Jay Kelly, but he doesn't know himself. These people know him, they act like they know him, but the people closest to him don't really know him. And everyone wants to show up for this tribute for him, but the only people who aren't there are the ones that matter. And I love a story like that because this is not there's no happy ending to this story. I mean, it's sad. It's the reality of his life, and I feel like low key, this is like George Clooney's life in real life. Like I don't know, I don't know.
I
Like I feel
mean,
like
I
he's
mean, he's
actually
basically just playing himself, and,
he
and
is,
like,
and they
which
talk
is
about that in the movie. They're like,
which
you
has
know how
been a
hard
bit
it
of
is
a
to play
which has
yourself.
been a bit of a criticism in his career before, and I thought his performance was good, but I didn't think he was doing anything we hadn't seen from him before.
Well, that's how I feel about Adam Sandler. I thought he was great, but I don't. Everyone's like, oh, get him an Oscar, get him an Oscar. I don't
Oh,
feel
I don't
like
know about all that, but I do think Adam Sandler is stretching out his dramatic chops a little more in this film. He doesn't always do that, and
he's the most interesting character for sure.
for sure. And I also thought this movie would have been a little more compelling if it was from more of his perspective.
We definitely needed more of him,
Mm,
100%. He
um,
kind of wasn't there for a lot of it.
I just think that if it had focused more on just some one thing, um so if it had been his character and it was okay, like let's focus on how he balances his idea of the friendship compared to Jay Kelly's, and all that, we come back to that time and time again, but it's not so much of a focus. We keep coming away from it. And also
Yeah.
even different, like Jay Kelly, his character is a focus, and his character, they kind of dip it into a lot of different tropes. Oh, he wasn't really a present dad. Oh, like he is doing more superficial like work and this and that.
He's
Oh,
got issues
he's
with his
trying to
own
have like
father.
he's got issues with his own dad. Oh, he's an older actor. He's looking for redemption. Oh, he treats people like ass. He needs to learn to, be humble. Like it really dips into a lot of those tropes. If it had just focused on one of those issues, I think it would have been a lot more I don't want to say focused again, but just like mainlined
Well,
for me, it would have had traction.
I agree that
Um,
that is the reason it's not a 10 out of 10 for me is because they didn't focus on Sandler and Clooney's relationship as much as they should have. I mean, Laura Dern is always great, but she was in the movie for 5 minutes and then just left. And she had a
yeah, and
really
she was
interesting,
great in it,
she had a great
and
conversation with Adam Sandler that's like, we're whatever she says, she's like, we don't see him the way he sees us or something like that. Like, oh, you invited him to your daughter's bar mitzvah, but did you go to his daughter's graduation? And he goes, no, it was a tiny thing. He's like, no, you weren't invited. And I thought that was a really good conversation. It was really exciting to see where that was going to go. And then she just leaves and never
yeah.
comes back. And she has a weird relationship with Adam Sandler too. She like kisses him and
Well, they allude to the fact that they had a romantic past, but that they would never be able to put that relationship as a priority over their relationship, to their work, and primarily to
they
Jay
should have
Kelly.
gone into
And if
that
they
more.
should have just focused on that, like Adam Sandler should be the main lead of this film, not the supporting. I know it's Jay Kelly, but truly his character should be the lead. If the story had focused on that, it would have had something far more interesting to say about these tried and true tropes that we've already seen a bunch of times.
I agree. I just really, really enjoyed George Clooney's performance.
I thought it
Um,
was fine. I thought he was all
I
right.
I just really liked it. I just liked the character. I don't know if that's maybe you might be convincing me a little bit to go down to like an 8.5 or
I'm
something,
not
but
trying to, you know what I
no,
mean? I'm
no, but
just giving my
these are good
thoughts.
points because I did agree like Sandler needed more and Laura Dern needed a fuck ton more, but I thought Clooney was great and I really liked the idea. Yeah, maybe it's not executed as well as it could have been, but I thought it was really enjoyable. Um, and yeah, I had a good time watching
I
it.
liked it much better than his last film that came out a couple years ago, White Noise.
Mm.
Didn't really like that. Thought that was a pretty
Clooney's
mediocre.
last film?
No, Baumbach's last
Oh,
film.
oh.
White Noise was Noah Baumbach's last film that he came out with. I was not a fan of that. Thought it was quite mediocre, unfortunately. This was definitely a step up for sure.
And this movie looks
Um,
great too. It's got
look,
great
like I said, it looks
coloring.
great.
The
Looks
coloring
great.
looks great. The scenes, the way they film certain scenes, cinematography was great.
Mhm. It
Um,
very, very like Wes Anderson esque, you
yes,
know? I
with a
mean,
lot
like
of
almost like
pinks and
those old
blues.
Baumbach Anderson collaboration. There's a shot towards the end when Sandler's leaving and he's in the villa there and he's facing the
Oh
camera, the
yeah,
cab's in the background, he turns around to walk away. Totally Wes Anderson shot right there.
yeah, you're right.
No, I mean it wasn't a bad movie by any stretch of the means. I thought it was a pretty good outing. I enjoyed it, but truthfully, I could live without this one at the Oscars this year.
Yeah, I think this is if Netflix is going to push any movie, it should be Frankenstein and Train Dreams, and then leave Jay Kelly out of it.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable though, but yeah, it's out of the three major Netflix movies this year. That's well, not including K-pop Demon Hunters, but three major Netflix movies this year, live action. That's my least favorite for sure.
Yeah. No, why, so is K-pop Demon Hunters your least favorite if you
It
include
is,
that?
yeah. I thought
Oh,
this was
okay.
better than that.
I have no opinion. I haven't seen K-pop Demon Hunters still.
Gotta get on it.
So that's Jay Kelly on Netflix. Go ahead, check it out. This awards season, it's still going to be a player, no
Yeah,
matter our opinions on it. So definitely check it out. Pretty solid film though.
yeah. Something's
So
gonna happen with it at the awards, so we'll see.
maybe. And hey, listen. Speaking of awards, let's leave some time still here. I want to talk about this a little bit with you, Jack. I'm having fun today. This is a good episode.
Of course, bro.
Uh, we got the Golden Globe nominations. They just came out this morning, the 2026 Golden Globes. So we're going to go through some of the big, not every single category, but we're going to go through all the big ones, all the important ones.
Uh-huh.
I'll list off the nominees. We'll talk about, our thoughts, maybe some snubs if we can think of them, and maybe a little bit of predictions too. I don't know. Let's
I
have some
think we're
fun with
gonna
it.
have some
This is the time
predictions.
for predictions.
Yeah.
So, why don't we start right at the top with best Picture. We're going to go right ahead. We're going to start with Best Picture in Drama. As everyone knows, the Golden Globes splits the categories for film into and television from drama and then music/comedy, musical
Yes.
slash comedy.
Right, right,
So,
right.
Best Picture Drama, we have Frankenstein, Hamnet, It Was Just an Accident, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, and Sinners.
Uh, it's categorizing is hard because I guess One Battle After Another is a comedy.
Yeah, One Battle After Another is going in the musical comedy category.
Okay.
So
I
I
didn't.
mean,
Yeah, I haven't seen a couple of those, but I like Sinners being in there. That was one that I was kind of getting nervous about. Frankenstein,
well,
obviously.
Sinners was definitely going to be there. I don't know what it'll win. I don't
Right.
even know what else it was nominated for. I watched the nomination announcement, but I honestly it was more of like passing while I was eating and doing other shit. So, um, truthfully, I don't even remember all of them, but Sinners, I think, did pretty well today on nomination day. This is an interesting category. I haven't seen two of them either. There's It Was Just an Accident and The Secret Agent, both international films, but both are being played, from what I have heard, as potentially big contenders this award season. They're
Hmm.
honestly two of the only films I have left to see in the circuit of the major players. I think Hamnet is going to ultimately take this.
Yeah, you're probably right. Um,
The way
what
it's being received right now, very emotional film.
what do you think is Begonia a comedy?
Are
Because
they
that's
running it
not
in
getting a
there?
lot of chatter.
Well, okay, so why don't we move on? It's funny you say
Okay.
that.
Okay. So yeah, I do think
Begonia is
Hamlet's
also
probably
comedy.
Hamlet's gonna take it.
I think Hamnet's probably going to take this category. Outside chance, I would say Sentimental Value,
Yeah, which are two that I haven't seen, but
but I'm going to say Hamnet. Best Picture, musical or comedy. This had a couple of surprises for me. We have Blue Moon,
okay. That's the Ethan Hawke movie, right?
mm,
Yeah.
Begonia,
Hmm.
Marty Supreme, No Other Choice, Nouvelle Vague, and One Battle After Another. So the first thing that I notice here is the two Richard Linklater movies made it. Both movies he came out with this year
What are
made it
those?
into, there was Blue Moon, the Ethan Hawke movie, that's Richard Linklater,
Hmm.
and Nouvelle Vague. It's on Netflix. I haven't seen either yet.
How do you spell that? Let me look that up.
Nouvelle
Yeah. Oh, I
Vague.
see it. Okay. Interesting.
Was not expecting that. No Wicked for Good, no Avatar, Fire and Ash.
That is, I didn't even think about those two.
Instead, we have two Linklater films.
I'm happy Begonia's there because I enjoyed it,
Very
and
happy
I
Begonia's there.
thought that it was not. People have not been talking about that enough. And what was there was one more that you said that it's kind of surprising. Not One Battle After Another.
We have also Marty Supreme, No Other Choice.
No Other Choice. Is that with the guy from Squid Game?
Yeah, that's the new
Yeah,
Park Chan-wook film. I heard it was great.
that looks awesome.
Yeah, I heard it was really awesome. There's supposed to be a one night only screening of it, which is awful. I wish it was getting a
It
better release.
sucks.
I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to see that one night screening. I have to even look into it, but I hope one of the movies I know I haven't seen it, but one of the movies I'm really rooting for that I haven't seen, of the ones I haven't seen, is No Other Choice, because it
Yeah.
looks funny. It looks really great. I've heard great things. I love Park Chan-wook. I think he's gotten the short end of the stick in the industry at times. So absolutely happy to see that here. That's a great start to this award season for that film.
From what I can say about these movies, I think One Battle After Another is going to take it.
Yeah, for sure. That's the
Yeah.
favorite. I'd be a little surprised maybe Marty Supreme, but that's also sight unseen for me as well. I've
Hmm.
only seen of these One Battle After Another and Begonia. I'm very surprised by this category.
Yeah. Which is kind of cool.
Um
It gives me more things that I need to watch before the Oscars, before
oh
Golden
yeah,
Globes and
yeah,
Oscars.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And it boosts, Blue Moon especially. I think we're looking at Ethan Hawke for his potential chances at a nomination for Best Actor at the Oscars.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing that keeps him, compared to some other people like Timothy Chalamet, Leonardo DiCaprio, is that his movie's not as strong. It's not coming on as strong as a contender.
Yeah, it's
So
not.
to see it get a Best Picture nomination at the Golden Globes goes a long way
Pretty
to
impressive.
Hook's opportunity for an Oscar nomination. Best female actor, best actress, they call it female actor now. Best female actor in a motion picture drama. Jessie Buckley, Hamnet. End of list because she wins.
Yeah, I know what
Uh,
you're gonna say.
Jennifer Lawrence, Die My Love. Renate Rensov, Sentimental Value.
Mm-hmm.
Julia Roberts, After the Hunt. Tessa Thompson, Hedda. And Ava Victor for Sorry Baby. So
Interesting list.
I was not expecting her. That was a surprise for Ava Victor for Sorry Baby.
Well, and the other one was that Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts, After the Hunt, also a bit of a surprise, but the industry loves Julia Roberts.
I
I
know,
doubt this
but
movie really did well for any other nominations,
yeah,
but
that
I'm
movie's
not
not getting
surprised.
talk.
But I'm not surprised that she's here. I mean, Buckley's gonna win. Rantsev is the one who has the outside chance.
I know you're big on Jessie Buckley winning that.
I
I
think she.
know.
I think she could sweep this year, like Davon Joy Randolph did for The Holdovers.
Oh, she's gay. I love Divine Joy. I love her, bro.
So I think Jessie Buckley could sweep for him.
And she was in Eternity, right? Was that her?
Who?
Divine Joy Randolph.
Oh, Divine Joy Randolph. Yeah, she's in
Yeah.
Eternity. Yeah.
She's great, man.
Yeah,
Jessie
no,
Buckley.
she's hilarious in that.
I haven't seen her in Hamnet, but from what I'm hearing, she's gonna take it.
Yeah. Best male actor in a motion picture drama, we have Joel Edgerton, Train Dreams. Oscar Isaac, Frankenstein. Dwayne Johnson for The Smashing Machine. Michael B. Jordan, Sinners. Wagner Moura, The Secret Agent. And Jeremy Allen White, Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere.
Oh,
Thoughts on this one?
Joel Edgerton. I think he's got it. I mean, I haven't seen one of those.
Secret
but-
Agent.
Secret Agent, but I think Joel Edgerton's got it. I forgot that One Battle After Another is not going to be in there with them.
Yeah, so
If it was Leo, he'd get it.
that's the big conversation in the award circuit for this is that right now the industry, I guess the favorite for this category is actually Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. Apparently, he's really gives a great performance in that. I haven't seen Train Dreams. Actually, those are the two I haven't seen. I've seen the others. And I plan on watching Train Dreams, maybe even tonight. Like by the time this episode comes out, I might.
You definitely should. I'm very excited to hear what you think about that.
But maybe Joel Edgerton could come out and steal it. I also think Michael B. Jordan would have an outside chance because they might want to reward Sinners somewhere.
But
plus
ultimately, he played 2 roles.
And he played 2 roles. He's great in it. He's been in the industry a while, so he's been working. But ultimately, Wagner Moura, I think, because Leo is not in this category, he's gonna he might have the cake here.
Okay,
But
right.
I heard great things about Joel Edgerton. I hear it's a career performance. I'm happy to see him get recognition. I'm happy to see Train Dreams. Sight unseen, but I'm happy to see that it's getting some attention here.
You think Secret Agent's going to get some Oscar buzz?
It definitely will be an international.
Okay, because I got to watch it then.
It'll be interesting to see how many international films the Academy is going to nominate in Best Picture. Because you can assume Sentimental Value will be there, but then you have It Was Just an Accident. That was the Palme d'Or winner.
Oh, yeah.
So that, you think will be there. You have The Secret Agent. You have No Other Choice. So there is definitely going to be a lot. They're not going to do all international. So what's going to make the cut?
Yeah, we'll have to see.
It'll be interesting. I'm moving on from that one. Oh, you know what's funny? They do a best podcast, and I was like, "Where's the box office dynasty,
We're on there,
bro?
bro.
Yo, what? We're probably just gonna lose to Caller Daddy and Joe Rogan or
Some
whatever."
bullshit, dude.
The best. I'll say this one on the show: best cinematic and box office achievement. Do you know this one? They just created it
No.
2 years ago for Barbie because it's a way to like reward the films. It's basically a way for them to reward films that don't otherwise get like.
Well, yeah,
Let me
but
read the
box
nominees.
office achievement, is it not like money?
I mean, that plays a big role into it,
Because
but
then
it's
Zootopia too.
cinematic and box office achievement.
Okay.
So the nominees are Avatar: Fire and Ash, which hasn't even come out yet, but projections. F1, K-pop Demon Hunters, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, Sinners, Weapons, Wicked for Good, and Zootopia 2. You can see the kind of category it is.
Yeah, I think Zootopia too, or Avatar.
Would not be entirely surprised if they give it to K-pop Demon Hunters, though, for the cultural phenomenon that it
Really?
was this year. I'm not saying they will.
Yeah.
Zootopia 2 or Avatar is the likelihood here, or maybe even Wicked,
I was gonna say
because,
maybe Wicked.
but I also think, like, there's options. Maybe if Sinners doesn't perform elsewhere, maybe they say this is a place we could reward Sinners. It
Yeah.
really is just that category,
It's
though,
just
of like,
whatever we feel bad for.
yeah.
Wow.
Um, wait, you already told me Best Picture drama. We definitely went over. I'm scrolling
We
here
didn't
and
do
it
Best
just.
Picture comedy yet.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
Best Picture comedy was.
Oh no, we didn't do Best Actor comedy yet. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know why this thing. I'm scrolling on Yahoo's list. They gave me Best Picture drama
fucking
twice.
Yahoo, bro.
Oh, we got. They threw in Best Musical or Comedy Television Series. We have Abbott Elementary, The Bear, Hacks, Nobody Wants This, Only Murders in the Building, and The Studio. I think The Studio is going to win, but it's
Probably.
because just based on the Emmys and everything that happened a couple months ago, and it's a fantastic show. Absolutely.
It's the only one of those I've seen, so.
Deserves. But I love Abbott. I love The Bear. I love Hacks. The only one I haven't seen is Nobody Wants Us. But I think The Studio will win.
Yeah.
Best female actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. We have Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Cynthia Erivo, Wicked for Good. Kate Hudson, Song Sung Blue. Chase Infinity, One Battle After Another. Amanda Seyfried, The Testament of Anne Lee. And Emma Stone, Bugonia.
I feel like Emma Stone is the favorite, but they might give it to Cynthia.
This is a tough category. I feel like Cynthia Erivo's award stock is dropping. She wasn't even nominated at Critics' Choice. Her film doesn't make it into Best Picture here at the Globes.
Yeah.
I wonder, I mean, Emma Stone is always a potential chance, but they've rewarded her a bunch the last few years.
Yeah, she's got a lot.
I don't know if they're going to do that again, especially for another Yorgos film. I hear Amanda Seyfried is fantastic in The Testament of Anne Lee.
Yeah.
I also wonder if Chase Infinity. I mean, I know she's young, she's a breakout actor, but One Battle After Another is such a strong film. It's possible. I mean, and even Rose Byrne, I've heard great things about that. I just feel like Cynthia would have been my choice maybe a month ago here, but now I just wonder, about her stock.
I don't know.
Best male actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. We have Timothy Chalamet, Marty Supreme, George Clooney, Jay Kelly, Leonardo DiCaprio, One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon, Lee Byung-hun, No Other Choice, and Jesse Plemons for Bugonia. I love the Bugonia love. I think it's out. It definitely overperformed today with its nominations.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's gonna go to Leo, or I think that's the best bet.
Oh, it's
is to
either
say
gonna be
Leo.
it's either gonna be Timothy or Leo.
But Jesse Plemons was so good in Begonia.
So good, such a deserved nomination.
Yeah.
But it is definitely going to be this whole season is going to be a battle between Timothy Chalamet for Marty Supreme and Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another.
100%.
And of course, Marty Supreme's Sight Unseen. We haven't seen it yet. It's not out yet. I hear he gives a great performance, though. And of course, DiCaprio in One Battle, so
He's
funny,
fantastic.
so heartfelt, so awesome. So it's going to go to one of them. Best Director for a Motion Picture. Any motion picture. We have Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another. Ryan Coogler for Sinners. Guillermo del Toro, Frankenstein. Jafar Panahi, It Was Just an Accident. Joaquin Trier, Sentimental Value. And Chloe Zhao, Hamnet. This is an exciting category. Obviously, I haven't seen It Was Just an Accident. There's a few you haven't seen, but Still
I
some names.
I think it could go to PTA, but then Chloe Zhao's right there, man.
Yeah, I know. I think PTA is going to have a great year. I think he's going to win a lot of awards. I do think ultimately they'll go PTA, but you're right. I mean, Chloe Zhao right there. I do wonder, like, are they going to give it to her? It's a great film, super
Hmm.
emotional. She delivers it's not really like her other movies.
No, and you like it better than One Battle.
I like it better than One Battle. I mean, One Battle is fantastic. They're both truly phenomenal movies, and if PTA wins, it's absolutely deserved.
Hmm.
I mean, my choice here would probably be Kugler, but
Yeah,
don't think
if
that's going to
I
happen.
know it's so hard because Sinners, I feel like deserves so much, but there's so many good movies this year. We
Yeah,
say that every year just because
and
the
it came
amount of
out
good
in
movies
April. It came out in
is
April.
early.
It's a horror gothic flick. Are they gonna go for it? I'm really excited for It Was Just an Accident. I'm glad that Jafar Panahi gets in here. Just another international nod, especially in the director spot. You don't always see
Yeah.
that at the Globes. No Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme.
Mm.
That's a little notable. But anyway, best drama series, we have The Diplomat, The Pit, Pluribus, Severance, Slow Horses, and The White Lotus. It will likely be Severance or The Pit. The Emmys went with The Pit.
Yeah, I would think The Pit.
So I'm going to say that they're going to go with The Pit. I think it's really interesting to see Pluribus here, though. I don't think Pluribus is going to win, but this is the first time we're going to see it in an awards circuit. And so I don't know how it's going to do. Like, we've seen all these other shows and how they've done in other award years, but
Hmm.
this is Pluribus's debut year. So very excited to see how that performs ultimately. Um, so anyway, best supporting female actor in a motion picture. We have Emily Blunt, The Smashing Machine, Elle Fanning, Sentimental Value, Ariana Grande, Wicked for Good, Inga Ibsdottir Liliash, Sentimental Value, Amy Madigan for Weapons, and Tayana Taylor for One Battle After Another. I'm going to start by saying my biggest snub, Wunmi Musaku for Sinners.
Yeah, man. Oh, she's
She
fantastic.
is awesome in that movie. I'm surprised Emily Blunt is here for The Smashing Machine. I mean, she's good. I just didn't have her on my radar.
People really think they're going to give it to Ariana Grande.
She's very strong in that film. I mean,
Yeah.
she is the best part of Wicked for Good, I would say.
She has the best
Um,
scenes.
it's definitely, I think, a better performance than she had in the first one, and is
Hmm.
the best. It's the strongest part. Um, Obviously, Amy Madigan's had a lot of love. She's not even my favorite performance in that movie. I think that's a little bit of a hot take, but she's had a lot of love. Tayana Taylor also in this category.
Hmm.
And then there's the Sentimental Value girls. How are they gonna, whenever I see two performances in the same acting category,
It's
I
tough.
wonder if voters are going to, be split. So there is a lane here for Ariana Grande, truthfully.
Yeah, you're right. Hmm.
Who'd you pick? I mean, I guess you have only seen
I've only seen
Wicked for
One
Good.
Battle and Wicked for Good
And Weapons. You saw Weapons.
and Weapons. Who is that in Weapons? I don't even know who that is.
She's the witch.
She's
She's
Gladys.
yeah, Gladys, Aunt Gladys.
I'd probably give it to Ariana, honestly.
Yeah,
From those three that I've seen.
it'll be interesting. Best animated picture, we have Arco, we have Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, we have Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, and then Zootopia 2. All films, well, not Arco. Arco's on my watch list, but the others, besides that Little Amelie one, are films we've talked about, had on our radar, have had pretty big success.
K-pop Demon Hunters, man. I think that's got it.
Yeah, so you over Zootopia 2? I
I
mean,
think
both are
so.
such massive hits.
I think so. What do you think?
I think, I mean, they didn't go for Spider-Verse. I could see them going with K-pop Demon Hunters, because I remember they didn't go with Spider-Verse a couple years ago. Last year they went with, I think they went with Flow over the Wild Robot.
They
Was
did.
that, or was that the Oscars?
That was the Oscars. I don't know how the Golden Globes were,
Maybe
but
the
I
Globes went with the Wild
but I
Robot,
know
but
I know the the Oscars at least they don't. I mean they don't vote for sequels really. I mean, isn't Toy Story 3 like
well,
the only animated sequel to win or something? Or is that not true?
I don't know. It might be.
I'd have to do some research, but
I'd
I
have to
thought
look and do
I
some
really
research on
don't
that.
think they. I mean, you're talking like Across the Spider Verse didn't win. Like, I don't know. I feel like they're not going to go Zootopia 2 over K-pop Demon Hunters just for originality. But that's what the Oscars. I don't know if that's true for the Golden Globes or true at all. Actually,
I mean, I don't know. You know, it's a good point. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. I'm going to skip over the television acting ones. I really am only going to highlight the television series
yeah.
ones. But I do want to go over some. Next, we have best screenplay for motion picture. That's a big one, and that's Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another, Ryan Coogler, Sinners, Guillermo del Toro, Frankenstein, Jafar Panahi, It Was Just an Accident, Joaquin Trier, Sentimental Value, Chloe Zhao, Hamnet. I think Hamnet's got a really strong chance in this one.
So they
It is a
put
very strong
adapted and original in the same one.
at the Globes. Yeah, they put it in
Mm,
one. I think so. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that either.
yeah, because I don't know. It's like Hamnet going against Sinners. You know, you got like originality versus based on something. Like Frankenstein and Sinners being in the same category for that is kind of weird, but whatever.
Yeah, we'll see. Move this along. We have best supporting male actor in a motion picture. Benicio del Toro, One Battle After Another. Jacob Elordi, Frankenstein. That's a nice one. Paul Mescal, Hamnet. Sean Penn, One Battle After Another. Adam Sandler, Jay Kelly. Stellan Skarsgård, Sentimental Value. Industry sounds like Sentimental or Stellan Skarsgård is the favorite, like from what industry sources say. But I love this category. I think Sean Penn in One Battle After Another is
I mean,
fantastic.
I think he's gonna get the Oscar.
Really, you do?
I
Because
do.
some people
If
think
I had to
it'll
put
be him or Skarsgård.
Stellan, I know, but you were saying it might be a legacy Oscar, which sucks. Like, I don't
But
know. Sean
The
Penn was
problem is Sean Penn has two
fantastic.
Oscars. Sean Penn has two Oscars in leading roles, and are they going to feel compelled to give him a third as a supporting actor?
Why not?
I mean, I think
He's
it
good
should be
enough,
because if
obviously.
it's the
Yeah.
best performance, like the thing is I love Stellan Skarsgård. I don't think he's the strongest performance in Sentimental Value. I don't think he's bad at all. You know what I mean? I think he's great. But like they're calling him the favorite in all these races. I think there's some other better supporting performances.
Yeah.
I think the big Paul Mescal and Hamnet is great. But what about Jacoby Jupe? The boy in Hamnet absolutely breaks my heart. I mean, everyone's crying. It is such a phenomenal. This is truly like the year of the breakthrough. You have Miles Catan in Sinners, another one that I wish we could see here. Hey, what about Delroy Lindo in
Great.
Sinners? He's fantastic. He's hilarious. He's
Yeah.
emotional. I wish he was here. So like definitely it's tough, you know, a tough category. But it'll probably be Skarsgård or Penn. It'll be fun. I'm excited. This is I think your take about Penn winning the Oscar is a really interesting one. I want to see if
I'm
that
putting
holds
money on
true.
it, so we'll see how it goes.
Um best this one's interesting. Why not? Best score motion picture. We have Frankenstein, Sinners, One Battle After Another, Sharat, Hamnet, and F1. Um Sinners could take this.
Sinners could. Frankenstein could.
Yeah, Frankenstein could. I mean, One Battle After
They
Another.
all could. Even F1 was great,
Well,
but
F1 is Hans Zimmer.
yeah, I know.
Maybe
Actually,
they
this
give
is a
that one to
tough
Hans Zimmer.
category.
This is a tough one, but I do think not that who wins here at the Globes is the winner at the Oscars, but it's going to give us a real idea. All right, does Ludwig Göransson for Sinners have the best chance? Does
Yeah.
Johnny Greenwood for One Battle is he
It's
the
who
lead?
it's who's got the advantage going into the Oscars pretty
Max
much.
Richter and Hamnet is great. Max Richter's a great musician. Hans Zimmer obviously is a goat. Like there is going to be competition for score this year, I think. Um I will shout out Diego. I'm not going to do the whole category for this. I'm skipping it because it's television. But Diego Luna did get a nomination for Andor.
Let's go. Love that.
Actually, so that was pretty much it. I don't think there's any major one that I missed out. I just want to make sure I got through all of them. Best picture for drama, best picture for musical comedy, best picture for animated, cinematic box office achievement, performance by female actor in a drama, performance by male actor in a drama, female actor in a musical comedy, male actor musical comedy, supporting female actor in a drama, male actor supporting in a drama, blah 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 blah. I
There's
believe.
a lot of good stuff. I'm very excited to see how these races play out. I mean, again, we say it every year though. This is such a good year for movies. Like, it's just because all these movies are so spectacular. Like, it's so hard to really know what's going to happen, but obviously we have some ideas, but it's very fun to talk about.
You know what? It inspires all of us to watch more movies and
Oh yeah.
celebrate movies, and obviously the Golden Globes television as well. It inspires us to just celebrate the entertainment from the past year. I know I've seen more of them than you, Jack, but there's more to watch for all of us. There's still plenty that we have both seen to root for. Congratulations to all the nominees, of course, for this tremendous accomplishment, and good luck. The Golden Globes. When are the Golden Globes, actually? I guess it would be important to let you all know that.
I have
Since
no
we're.
idea when that actually takes place.
Well, I know they're in January, but I don't know the date. The 82nd Golden Globes. No, that was last year's. We need the 83rd.
The
The
83rd Golden
83rd Golden
Globes.
Globes will air on CBS January 11th, 2026. Nikki Glaser is returning to host. She was pretty good last
Oh,
year.
she's funny. I like her.
She was funny. Yeah, I think she's really underrated. So, it should be a good show. It'll be on CBS and Paramount Plus. I'm excited. Rooting for all the winners. We'll see what happens. All our favorites. It's
Yeah,
gonna be fun.
it's gonna be fun
So we'll recap all of that for you when that happens.
for sure.
Why don't we finish this up?
We're going to the seesaw, folks. Everyone loves a good seesaw. Something
That's
we've seen, something we saw, something we want to see,
it's the
aka
best part of the
seesaw.
playground. Seesaw.
That's also not even close to being true, but
No, for
the
sure. What was
swings are the best, and then maybe the slide.
it? Just not like a metal slide, but like
No,
where
but the
like on a
swings are
sunny
easily the
day.
best. Everyone's fighting for the
Were
swings.
you a monkey bar kind of guy?
Yeah, I would always, when I was a kid, I would always show off how quick I could get across the monkey bars, and no one gave a fuck. But I was like, watch this shit.
No,
I
you're
go
right. The
across them.
swings and like tire swing, so much
Oh
fun.
my god, a tire swing is when you see a tire swing on the playground. Holy shit!
Bro, you're like this is like a good playground.
Yeah, this is a cool
Yeah,
playground.
this
Dude.
is like upper class playground right
I know.
here. All right, seesaw. You
You
want to
want to
go
start?
first? I feel like I
I
did a lot of talking.
okay, I'll start. This is gonna be funny to you, I think. So, something I saw was Craven the Hunter. It's on Netflix. It was starring Aaron Taylor Johnson and Russell Crowe. Um, bad movie, bad movie. But you know, there was the last movie in Sony's attempted Spider-Man villain universe,
The Sonyverse,
the
yeah.
Sonyverse. Very bad movie, and the fact that it's my second favorite out of all the Spider-Man Sonyverse movies I've seen is pretty crazy. The only one that's better is Venom, the first Venom. So something I want to see is Morbius. I have never seen Morbius. Probably the worst. All right, so there's. Let me just go through this real quick. There are 4, 5, 6 movies in the Sonyverse. I think, if that's right. 3 Venom movies, Craven, Madam Web, and Morbius is the 6th one. I've seen 4 of them. I've seen Venom, Venom 2, Madam Web, and now Craven. I want to see the others. I want to see the last 2. I want to see the 3rd Venom movie and Morbius just because they're so bad, but like why not? You know, it's they're funny bad. My brother and I were watching, we were laughing how stupid it was. But Craven, to be fair, like Venom, had some positives. It wasn't funny in the slightest. Like the jokes did not land at all. But Venom is kind of funny. But the action in Craven, it's the only one that's rated R. I think Venom should have been rated R, but if Craven was rated R, whatever, we'll take it. But it's actually pretty good action scenes. So if you want to watch a movie that's stupid and you won't like it and it's dumb, go ahead and watch Craven the Hunter. It's not comic accurate in the slightest. The characters are not themselves at all, but it was fun to make fun of. And it's only like, actually, it is like 2 hours, which kind of sucks, but it was fun to make fun of. So I watched Craven and I want to watch Morbius and Venom the Last Dance.
Want to watch feels like a stretch, but will watch eventually
Yeah.
is probably more accurate.
You've seen Morbius.
I have seen Morbius.
You saw that in theaters, didn't you, or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. No
I saw
way.
Madam Web in theaters.
Yeah, I didn't see that in theaters either. I watched that on
That
Netflix.
shit was so bad.
Um, yeah, I'm good on the Sonyverse. I'm all right. It made
You're
it more
done?
$1 billion, and I'm good. Something I saw recently are the two Jack films from last week's episode, Zootopia 2 and Eternity.
There you go.
So I'll go very quickly. Zootopia 2. I was talking about this during the box office numbers early in the episode. Like, again, I think it's a really great follow up. I think it's a really great animated film for Disney, for families to go see. I had a lot of fun. I kind of agree with you. It's pretty much just the same story as the first, but it does have one of the best scenes of the year with Nick and Judy, kind of like trauma dumping to one another.
Oh
Fantastic
yeah,
scene.
yeah.
That was great. So I was really locked in for that. I enjoyed it. I also saw Eternity. I thought that this was a really sweet film. I gave this like a nice 8.5 out of 10. I enjoyed myself. It was pissing me off at times because I thought
Me too, bro.
that the spoilers for Eternity. I thought that the choice was obvious from the start for her husband. If you're married to someone for 65 years and then you see your first husband that you were married to for like a couple years, I think, in the afterlife, and it's because some people think he's like mildly more attractive, maybe. Like suddenly now you're thinking you should be spending eternity with him. And I was pissed when she's like actually spending eternity with him. I'm like, you stupid
right?
bitch. I was actually so mad. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, no way. And
because
I
he
get it.
told her to, but like,
He needed to have that moment, because it was for his character. He has the best arc in the movie. But
what'd you think about the thing with her hair? And he's like, you were happier with him.
like I thought that was a really interesting, detail. But
Yeah,
I
it was a
like how
great
then
reveal.
but I like how she, like, this is what I mean. It came to the moment where it was like, all right, the whole time there's like, this is when you were your happiest, but they're like, but that doesn't really matter because it's just a moment. You can't capture
People
a moment
change,
forever, and it just frustrated me that you would think she still has the emotional intelligence. Like they are their happiest, but they have the emotional
Yeah.
intelligence of like when they died. So
She's an 80-year-old woman or whatever.
she's an 80-year-old woman. She knows this life that she built with her husband. It just feels like it shouldn't take her so long to realize that messiness of life is what makes that love so unique and special and irreplaceable
I
compared
agree.
to this idealized love, this, fantasy that she had. So, I mean, great. I thought it was a really great film, but, it irked me at times, but it was nice. It was sweet. So those were two things that I saw. Something I want to see, another film coming out, the next big entry in the Knives Out universe, Wake Up Dead Man. Very sad that this is, like Frankenstein, a Netflix release for me. Should be on theaters like the first Knives Out. And I saw Glass Onion in theaters because I was able to see it in its
Nice.
week release. So this is the first time I'm going to have to experience a Knives Out film for the first time on Netflix. That sucks, but I hear it's like the darkest of the three, that Josh O'Connor is one of the best, supporting characters that they've given Benoit Blanc so far, that it's really interesting and over the top and incredible. Love this franchise. I think it's one of the ones that you could just keep going with. I don't see how it loses steam right now.
Don't stop making these, Ryan Johnson.
You don't have to.
Get the all-star celebrity cast.
We need
one
the
of them
Muppet
off.
one, though. We need the Muppet one. We need the one where it's Benoit Blanc as the human form,
Yes, dude.
just interacting with the Muppets.
Yeah, bro.
That'd be
I would.
movie of the year.
No, I think you're so right. I mean, these movies are always so great. Even Glass Onion, which is I don't like as much as the first one, and is unanimously like the worst of the three. Still fantastic. Just get the celebrity cast, kill one of them off right away, surprise everyone, and then do the crazy Benoit Blanc reveal. I love it.
I actually, when I first saw Glass Onion, I will admit I liked it more than Knives Out. But then later on, I changed and was like, no.
There's a lot to love about it.
I mean, to me, they're pretty close. I'm not gonna lie, they're fairly close. I don't think Glass Onion deserved the hate it got. I thought it was a fantastic movie.
It was great. It's probably like it's not super close to me, but it's probably like a point and a half away from each other.
Fair
It's
enough.
not terrible.
But I'm very excited for the next one because it could be the best.
Me too.
Maybe.
It's coming out in like 4 days or something.
Yeah. It comes out at the end of this week.
Yeah. So very excited. We'll have to talk about that.
It'll be next week's episode, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So catch it on Netflix and catch it here on the BOD real soon.
Yeah. Yes, sir. That's the end of our episode.
Hey, Jack, I think we broke the record for the longest episode in box office dynasty history. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we did.
I think we're close. I mean,
close.
this is definitely the biggest box in history.
Oh yeah, you and your boxes.
We
Sorry,
love
Killian. We're gonna keep breaking this record
Yeah,
eventually.
no, thank you guys all for watching. We appreciate all of you. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Throw a number out there for the Bible study, the film Bible. Share with your friends, film lovers like us. We love you guys all. Any last words, Josh, before you're done here, before you're donezo, you bozo?
Uh, I've wasted enough of my time, so I'm good.
Waste of time, dude.
I'm good.
Oh, okay, thanks. All right, bye guys.
See ya, suckers.